Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 15 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 15-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield. This is Hawkeye Women's Basketball, brought to you by U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. By University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. And by Hy-Vee, score big savings at HyVdeals.com.
Hawks look to run. Down court pass, Clark fires a three, left wing and drills it. Marshall, left side, Martin, three.
Yes! Kate frickin' Martin.
Here's Clark, step back three, left at the top of the key, drills it.
Bucket.
Wow! Iowa basketball as Martin brings the ball across the timeline. Carolina by one.
Yes!
And Clark comes off a screen and drills a three-pointer from the right wing. Now Clark gets free. Pump fakes, kicks it back out to Warnock for three.
Oh, McKenna! She's Warnocking them down now.
Push it left side, now to Warnock, back to Caitlin. Now inside, Sedano goes to work off the window. Got it!
Yes!
Clark across the timeline. Johnson out on her. Logo three, straight away. Count it!
Clark!
That gets the crowd into it. Clark gets it.
Oh my God.
Running around on the baseline. That's going to do it. The Hawks with history.
I can't!
Off to the title game, 77-73 to face LSU.
Iowa, LSU. This is the Women's NCAA Championship game.
Now let's go courtside.
Here's Rob Brooks and Jamie Lang.
And we welcome you to American Airlines Center in downtown Dallas, Texas for a championship Sunday afternoon as the Iowa Hawkeyes at 31-6, winners of 9 in a row, get set to face the LSU Tigers out of the SEC at 33-2. LSU was in some trouble on Friday night as they were down significantly going into the fourth quarter against Virginia Tech, but really came on, did not turn the ball over in the final 10 minutes to defeat Tech at 79-72. And of course, the Iowa Hawkeyes, big underdogs against South Carolina, but controlled the game and led for 35 minutes and 53 seconds and defeated the Gamecocks 77-73. And it will take another effort for the Hawkeyes today, like it did on Friday, to defeat back-to-back LSU and South Carolina, two SEC teams, to do something that no other Iowa women's basketball team has ever accomplished, and that is win a national championship. You have to go back to 1993 to see Vivian Stringer, the last time Iowa reached a Final Four, lost in the semis to Ohio State by a point. And here we are today, 30 years later, Iowa and LSU teeing off for the right to call themselves national champions. Both teams out on the floor. The Hawkeyes warming up to the basket to our right. LSU, the hoop to our left. Lisa Bluder with her 850th win on Friday night against South Carolina. And Kim Mulkey of LSU, in just her second season, gets this team to the title game. Of course, had a terrific run at Baylor for 21 years, won 3 national championships, and also you go back to 2019 when Iowa with Megan Gustafson reached the Elite Eight and lost to Baylor in that contest. And of course, Baylor went on to win the national championship. Didn't take too long for the Hawkeyes to get back here, and here we are going for all the gold and a championship here on a Sunday afternoon in Dallas. Should be a terrific afternoon. Two teams that like to play in the 80s. LSU, a lot like South Carolina, really hang their hat on defense and rebounding. Will be very aggressive at the defensive end. They have out-rebounded their opponents by over 15 per contest. But when you look and compare some scores, LSU played South Carolina one time this year, and that was a top 5 matchup, and it was no problem for South Carolina against LSU. LSU has actually lost 13 straight games to the Gamecocks. So it's the Big Ten versus the SEC for the right to call themselves national champions. We'll get the pregame comments from head coach Lisa Bluder. Jamie will be along with her keys to a Hawkeye victory. All that and more coming up from Dallas. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Creative Agency has launched the Inclusive Cultural Marketing Program, an initiative uplifting minority-owned businesses across Iowa. Businesses like Lola's Fine Hot Sauce, Forward Consulting, Own Your Check, and Humanize My Hoodie. For more information about Coco Creative Agency and these other great businesses, visit CocoCreates.com for more information. That's CocoCreates.com. Let's prioritize impact over transaction and uplift minority-owned businesses.
Hey burger lovers, this is Jill from the Burger Shed. Have you tried one of our signature handcrafted burgers? You gotta try a fan favorite, the Shed Burger. It comes with in-house smoked brisket, pepper jack cheese, and the Shed's barbecue sauce. For all of our pork lovers out there, you gotta get your hands on the Apocalypse Now Burger, which comes with a pork patty topped with hand-pulled smoked pork, pepper jack cheese, and bacon jam. Burger Shed. Burgers, beers, and a bunch of BS. Bass Pro Drive in Altoona.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
At US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Welcome back to American Airlines Center, Dallas, Texas, as we get set for Championship Sunday, Iowa and LSU. Time for Coach Bluder. Brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Well, Coach just sent the team out on the floor. What was kind of the final message to them to get ready for today?
You know, honestly, we have 40 minutes of basketball to play and a lifetime to remember this experience. You know, I showed them the banners up there that show every national champion and said your kids and your grandkids can come back and see that you were a national champion. And, you know, I know we're going to have a really tough opponent today. I know LSU's really, really good, but I really believe in my squad too.
As you watch them on film, what kind of stands out about the Tigers?
Well, Angel Reese, she is one of the best basketball players in America. She's fast, she's 6'3", she's athletic. She averages 16 rebounds a game. Can you imagine 6.5 offensive rebounds a game? She's an outstanding player. Alexis Morris, their point guard, is extremely fast. And she'll shoot a ton. I mean, we have to deny and keep the ball out of their hands. So they have another great post player in Williams at 6'4", so they're big once again, and a really good rebounding team.
2 former Big Ten players, so at least a little familiarity there?
Yeah, I mean, we know Angel Reese, we know Katria Poole. She's, you know, played at Ohio State. Angel played at Maryland. So, yes, we know a little bit about them, but obviously they're playing very well here at the end of the season.
Just a team that plays outstanding defense, and I see their rebounding margins plus 15.
Yeah, plus 15 rebounding. You know, we got to, if we could half that, I think we'd be good.
Defensively, how do you attack LSU today?
Defensively, we're going to be mixing up our defenses. We're going to start out in a player, but we are going to go quickly to a zone. We feel like zone is the the best defense, and we'll mix it up between a regular zone and a 2-3, or then a triangle and 2.
Overall, keys for victory today?
To me, it's boxing out. 11% of their offense comes from boxing out. Defensive transition is going to be important. They get up and down the floor. Post defense, again, Angel Reese, McKenna's got her work cut out with her. Williams is so good in the post area. So once again, our post defense is going to be really, really important. But when we do get a box out, we got to push. I think we can beat them in transition, and we can get down the floor on them as well.
Let's have a day.
Let's have a day.
Coach Bluder on the pregame show before Iowa and LSU. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
What are you craving? The Wig & Pen in Ankeny across from DMAC is proud to be the home of the famous Flying Tomato Pizza. The Wig has all your favorites, including thin crust and Chicago-style pizza, appetizers, lots of sandwiches, pints of beer, plus a full bar. And this family-friendly local favorite is hiring. All ages are encouraged to apply from 15 to 115. Flexible hours and a fun environment? Call or just come on in. The Wig & Pen in Ankeny. What are you craving?
Are you craving down-home comfort food? This is Jeff Grunder inviting you to the Machine Shed. We've got weekly features for everyone, starting off with our Kickin' Chicken Tuesdays with classic fried chicken. Then on Smokehouse Wednesdays, we have our slow-roasted hickory smoked ribs. And don't forget our Fish Fry Fridays with fresh North Atlantic cod. Each night is all you care to eat and comes with all the Machine Shed fixings. Bring the family and bring your appetite.
I-80 and Hickman Road, Urbandale, and I-80 and Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Both teams back in their respective locker rooms, getting final messaging from Coach Bluder, and for LSU, Coach Kim Mulkey. Looking at how both of these teams got here. Hawaii was the first opponent for LSU, and no problem. The Tigers took care of the Rainbows 73-50, and then took on the Michigan Wolverines in the round of 32, won that game easily at 66-42, and then won that game by 3 at 66-63. Took care of Miami, who had defeated Indiana the previous game. Won that one 54-42, and then, of course, that 79-72 victory over Virginia Tech, in which LSU had to come back a couple of times. Got down in the second quarter and then down in the fourth quarter as well, which says a lot about the perseverance of the Tigers. Of course, the Hawkeyes in the first round, as the Hawks hit the hardwood here in Dallas. Took care of Southeast Louisiana, 95-43. As I look back, outside of Friday night, the toughest game of the tournament, a 74-66 victory over Georgia. Won by 10 against Colorado, 87-77, 97-83 against Louisville, and then 77-73 against number 1 ranked South Carolina, breaking a 42-game win streak that the Gamecocks had, of course, last year's national champions. Well, Jamie, you were at the Hawkeye Huddle again today, and
I gotta go to 2 Hawkeye Huddles in 3 days. Is there anything better than that?
I guess not.
There's not. I'm going to tell you, it was great. All the Hawkeye fans, and my favorite thing about Hawkeye fans is that, I mean, they know how to find the coolest spot in town, and they found this place where you just get to kind of hang out outside and enjoy and converse in between the Hawkeye huddle and the game. And I mean, it's not like the Hawkeye establishment of choice, but it wasn't like it was chosen. Iowa chose it and made it their own, and that is like the most Iowan thing you can do.
And just walking into the arena.
Oh, yeah.
And the red carpet entrance for Coach Bluder and her team. Never seen anything like it.
Never. The photos, the fans all made sure to make their way over there. Absolutely amazing seeing them walk through that. And I will say I was a little nervous, right, because the tickets are outrageous here, and it's a lot of money for someone to have to put down, but these Hawkeyes are digging deep into their pockets to make sure they're taking the seats up, because I will say it's at least half Hawks here. At least half Hawks.
Yeah, surrounding the arena, the game experiences, all the hype that was going on, black and gold everywhere, and then you run into people that weren't here on Friday night that said, hey, we can't miss this. Jumped in the car, about 12 hours, I think, to get down to Dallas just for this afternoon's game.
A lot of people, one of my best friends and Coach Abby Stamp's friend, she sends a message even before the game is over, and she goes, I feel good. I'm buying a ticket now. I'm coming. And I was like, all right, I love it. But you know, Rob and I get a lot of those messages, and I'm sure all of you around here listening, you were also sending those messages to friends and family, and like that's the thing, that Iowa is bringing all these people together, and it's this amazing, amazing opportunity, and everyone gets it. Everyone gets it.
Hawkeyes are the only ones out warming up. They'll be in the home whites as a number 2 seed. LSU, the number 3 seed, but this is a basketball team, Jamie, that Kim Mulkey has gone back home. Of course, a player at Louisiana Tech, and then had the 21 years at Baylor, and from Louisiana. So this was going back home for her, and 9 different players this year. She's gone to the portal and embraced it, used it. 2 Big Ten players. You've got in her top 8 a transfer from Missouri, Maryland, Texas A&M, Alexis Morris, who actually played at Baylor as well, Ohio State, and West Virginia. So it has happened in a hurry for the Tigers to get to this point.
It has, and that's the difference the transfer portal makes, though, for teams, right? Maryland lost a bunch into they're similar, lost a bunch, one of them being Angel Reese, right? But they also picked up a bunch from the transfer portal. And so that is just an entirely different way that college sports can have these huge swings where you're like, oh, they were this before, this year they are now here. Huge swings that you'll see in some records for coaches. But the thing that's where Iowa's going to try to lean into is that these are players who have played together for some of them 5 years. And those are the things that they're going to try to lean into and say, hey, we know each other for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be. But they have a history, they have experiences playing with each other, and that's where Iowa needs to lean into that today.
So the Hawks break the huddle, will come over to the bench, and no sign yet of LSU, as we're about minute 20 away from getting this thing going, at least getting into the starting lineups. Of course, we'll have the national anthem, and Jamie, before that, let's dive into your keys. What do the Hawks have to do today?
I mean, this is not the offensive rebounding that Iowa just saw against South Carolina, but still LSU's great O-boarders. They are good boarders, so Iowa still needs to stick with that game plan, I think, of boxing out and limiting the opportunities. Again, will LSU get some? Probably, but Iowa just needs to continue fighting each time. I would say the second thing is just take that great shot. Iowa has been doing a good job of moving the ball around and not settling for just an okay shot. And a great shot for some people is that shot from the logo. That is a great shot for Caitlin Clark. But determining when is that a great shot, and they do such a good job of that. So sticking with that plan. And then the last one, ride these waves. You're here. You know how to do this. Have fun. Ride the waves. That's it. Just play your game. Iowa has been playing this entire season for this one single game. And now it's their time to actually do it and fulfill it.
The one thing I was really impressed with on Friday night was the start Iowa had.
Right.
Neither team could score for the first 2.5, 3 minutes, but the Hawks got good shots and looked calm, played calm, moved the ball around, and didn't force anything. And I thought that really kind of set the tone for the entire night.
Did, and they never got flustered by any runs, and they did a great job of kind of squashing any run that was happening. They were just the court awareness, the ball game awareness was to a different level than it had ever been before.
Getting set for the national anthem as the flag will get spread out through the entire four corners of the court. Of course, Iowa will have the same 5 starters that we have seen just about the entire season, outside of when McKenna Warnock missed a couple of games due to injury. But Kate Martin, coming off of 7 points and 7 rebounds and hit a big 3-pointer against South Carolina. McKenna Warnock, maybe the offensive rebound of her life, averaging 10.9. Monica Sonano in the middle, shooting 68% from the floor. Caitlin Clark, back-to-back 40-plus point games at the NCAA tournament. And Gabby Marshall, 23 of 47 from 3 in the tournament. And now, let's enjoy this afternoon's national anthem.
In the singing of our national anthem. Oh, sing, can you see by the dawn's early light what's so proudly here at the twilight's last gleaming, whose first lights and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Well, that'll set the tone as we get ready for the starting lineups, and then the ball will be in the air as we get ready for the national championship, Iowa and LSU. We gave you the Hawkeyes starters, and they will certainly be introduced as still awaiting LSU. And here come the Tigers over to the bench. Kim Mulkey in her second year. LSU at 33-2. LaDasia Williams will start at 1 forward. She's a graduate transfer at 6'4" from Missouri, averaging 9.6 and 6 rebounds a game. Flau'jae Johnson, 5'10" freshman, coming off of 7 against Virginia Tech. And she is 5'10", and at another forward. Angel Reese, that's the big piece that LSU has. Angel, of course, transferred from Maryland, where she had a very good season, averaging 23.3 and 15.6 rebounds. A 6'3" sophomore, first-team AP All-America. Alexis Morris, a volume shooter, first-team all SEC, also the assist leader for LSU, so she'll have the basketball in her hands a lot today. Transfer from Texas A&M, averaging 15.2. Trina Poole, transfer from Ohio State. 5'8" sophomore, averaging 4.5 and 2.6. Will shoot the open three and certainly likes to drive left. LSU will go about 8 deep. And that's about what the Hawkeyes have done as well, Jamie. Both teams, starters logged a bunch of minutes on Friday, but hey, it's that time of year.
It is that time of year. You got one more. That's it. You just got to make it through these next 40 minutes. And Iowa, against South Carolina, we talked about the fact that it doesn't really matter if people got into foul trouble because South Carolina was so deep, right? Whoever came in off the bench was just as good as the person who they're coming in for. Not the case here at LSU. So the foul situations can matter here. So Iowa, same thing for Iowa. They need to make sure that they're not getting into foul trouble because that also makes some differences there. But driving into the lane and figuring that out is going to be what you want to look for. I really just think, I didn't say get the ball into the post, but I always think get the ball into the post. I think yesterday was a day where you really saw Monica Sinano can battle. She can battle against 6'7". She can battle against 6'4". Whatever the height is, Monica Sinano is now there mentally that she is ready to face it. And Addie O'Grady, she comes in and has that 6'5" component for Iowa. So Iowa does have some height when Monica Sinano takes a break.
And that's a big piece because you do need some players to come in off the bench. And Addie O'Grady, with that size, has given really good minutes when Monica's needed a break.
Yeah, I really feel confident in Iowa's bench. Their bench play has been great. Gabby Marshall, she didn't get a ton of breaks, but that girl, I can tell you, she's going to act like she didn't even play a game 2 days ago. She's going to come out and she's going to play defense like she's fresh because that is her brain. Her brain will go. She is one of those runners that runs the 400, the mile at a record speed. And they don't look tired at all, but at the end, that's maybe when you see it, when they finish and cross the line. That's the only time you'll see Gabby Marshall possibly show she's tired.
And Gabby's been battling a little cold here this past several days, and boy, did she work hard on Friday, as you mentioned. Just a tremendous job defensively. Only shot one time.
Yeah. And that's fine, right? She knew that role today. That role, her focus was defense. She took a shot. It almost went in. It was a good shot. And then I think she's like, it's not worth me fighting to get open right now, right? That I'm going to save my energy for the defensive end. And it was working so good with the two-person game. You didn't need her to fight to get open. That screen and roll was a killer against South Carolina. Will that work today? Iowa will always try it out, and they'll always get into two-person game. They'll see if it's going to work that effective again.
Gabby Marshall introduced here in Dallas for LSU, averaging 81.8 points a game, giving up only 56.7. That's similar to South Carolina. Field goal percentage at 46. Not a great three-point shooting team, but better than the Gamecocks on the year at 33.7, and an under 70% free throw shooting team at 69.7. Of course, the Hawkeyes lead the country in scoring at 87.3, allow just about 71 points per contest. And the rebounding for LSU, they average 46.6 and 38.6 for the Hawkeyes. But Iowa got out rebounded on Friday night.
They did.
Still found a way to win.
Well, and that's it. You go into there, you don't have to be perfect on everything. And Iowa they're a smart team. You don't need to win every single percent. You don't have to win every single thing that's out there that's being kept. You just need to go out there and know what do you capitalize on, what do you diminish, what do you try to slow down, and that's it. That's all you can do. What are you great at? Focus on that. What can you try to stop on them that they're great at? Slow it down a little, and then hope that that's enough to win the game.
Well, you ready?
I sure am.
All 5 Iowa starters on the floor. We know it's a huge crowd at Carver having a watch party back in Iowa City.
Yeah, if you're listening in and watching the game, tell everyone hi from us. You can go ahead. They can throw it on their own headset, listen in.
So Monica Sonano in the center jump circle. LSU in the purple away uniforms. LSU in gold across the front. And the ball is in the air, tapped by Angel Reese. And the Tigers will have the opening possession, the basket to our left. As Coach Bluder told you, and here's a steal. Hawks start in man-to-man defense and get a steal. Gabby Marshall averaging 1.6 of them as they go right into Monica Sonano on the right block. Layup good off the window. Iowa strikes first in the championship game.
Monica Sonano loves the drop step, but right there, she just did a turnaround pivot, right? She kept the distance, too. She kept her body so that she had more space for to not get blocked.
And defensively, LSU played on the backside. Here's Morris in between the circles. Takes a dribble to the right. Gabby Marshall on her. Gets the ball into the corner, and a three-pointer is good. Johnson, deep in the right corner, gives LSU a 1-point lead. Cross-court pass to Gabby Marshall, deep in the corner. Feeds it inside, turnaround jumper, baseline. Sonano no good. Off the left side of the iron, and off a pass. Here's a steal by Kate Martin in the backcourt. Left-handed layup good.
Kate Martin was standing there. It was like they didn't even see her and just intercepted it for an easy layup.
Hawks go on top by 1 in the early going, 4-3. LSU penetrating to the rim as Poole goes up with the left hand. Shot is no good. It was a little bit strong, and on the weak side, we have our first foul. McKenna Warnock will pick up her first.
Kind of good job on the box out. Those are the things that happen. That's what happened in the previous game. Just keep going. You're going to keep playing hard. You're going to keep trying to fight for those boards.
And here's a steal off the inbounds.
Monica Sonano had her hands up, just tapped it away as they tried to lob it into Angel Reese.
And Clark, a deep three, left wing, got it.
Clark, are you serious?
Always a good sign. And a timeout taken by LSU. Already 3 steals for the Hawkeyes.
They're just having their hands up. It's just steals where they have their hands up. They're not trying to get in deep, and like even in the lanes, they just have the hands up and wide.
And Caitlin Clark just broke the season NCAA record for three-pointers with 25 of them.
That's a heck of a start. Good start for the Hawkeyes. There's nothing that they would have wanted more.
And to get LSU to take a timeout with 8:24 left to go. And Iowa jumps out to a 7-3 lead. And Jamie, you have to like this start just like we did. And this is even better one that we saw on Friday.
This is, I mean, great start by the Hawkeyes. They came out aggressively. It helps when on the very first possession for LSU, Gabby Marshall picks it, right? That's a really helpful way for Iowa to kind of take some momentum right off the bat. But really good start for the Hawkeyes today.
So Caitlin Clark with a 3, Sonano with 2, and Kate Martin with a bucket. Johnson had that deep 3 in the right corner, the only scoring so far for LSU. And in a game like this, you don't want to mess around too much. You want to take a timeout if there's a run there on the other side.
Right, both these teams are great teams, really strong offensively. Okay, Iowa, amazing in the nation, but LSU also averaging over 70 points a game, so they can put up points. Iowa wants to make sure and control it as much as possible.
Need to recycle old working refrigerators and deep freezers? Visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for details plus energy saving tips. Businesses large and small depend on Midwest One Bank for sophisticated advice and specialized services to thrive with 57 offices in 5 states. Midwest One Bank has the hometown advantage. Midwest One is simply better banking. Midwest One Bank, member FDIC.
Well, you see a lot of dancing, a lot of cheering right now by Hawkeye fans, and this is where when I talk about riding waves, though, it's helpful to have the fans here because they're going to ride those waves with you, the good waves and the bad waves, right? You want to get off those bad waves as quick as it happens, but stay on these good ones as long as possible, and having fans cheering and having a good time along with it. Like, Iowa feels that. They do. You feel it as a player when you're out on the court. There's a reason Caitlin gestures to the crowd as much as she does. She knows. She understands that it's important and it helps.
Hawkeyes out on the court as Coach Bluder talking to that starting five of Martin, Warnock, Sonano, Clark, and Marshall. This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship is authorized under the broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited.
All right, just a minute and a half in, and all of it. You feel it all.
Hawks on top, 7-3. LSU with the basketball. Here's Poole on the left wing. Goes right inside to Williams and then feeds it to the opposite side. Johnson, another three-pointer off the right side of the rim. And the rebound dug up by Gabby Marshall to Clark across the timeline. Caitlin gets the ball to Warnock, who tried to get it inside, and it's knocked away by Angel Reese. Reese gets it back. Brings it into the front court. She's at the top of the key, rolls to the right side. Scoop layup is good off the rim.
She's a great player. She is. She is a post who can come out and do some drive. She's not going to shoot the three, but she is going to look for that the drive.
Yeah, she's the type of player. She's going to get her points no matter what happens. Clark drops a pass inside to Sonano. Goes up and finishes off the window. A paint pass from Caitlin Clark.
And a shot fake from Monica Sonano to finish it off. She realized that there was a couple of tall players that were in the air. Whenever they're in the air, that's when you keep the shot fake, hold up, and then go.
9-5 Hawkeyes. Here's Williams on the left wing, gets into the paint and exposes the ball to Monica Sonano, who grabs it and ties her up. Possession arrow favors the Hawkeyes, on top by 4.
This is one of those games where every possession truly feels like it is the defining moment of the game.
Cannot take any off, that's for sure. Clark in between the circles, keeps that right-handed dribble going, feeds inside. Sonano goes to work on the right block and couldn't finish. Had a really good look as Clark whipped that pass in there. Here's Reese on the left wing. Zigs and zags into the paint and then drops a pass inside, and the finish by LaDeja Williams.
And their two posts are their leading scorers. They're going to try to get points in the paint that way.
Hawks by 2 with the ball. Clark across the timeline. She'll fire a three left to the top of the key. No good up the left side, and a long rebound taken down by LSU. Here's Reese. Feeds down court to Johnson, who goes up and finishes as she was going to the floor, and a foul will be called on Caitlin Clark.
So since LSU's timeout, they're 3 of their last 3 field goals, and it's because they're now taking high percentage shots, right? Iowa needs to continue to try to disrupt that, though. Don't allow them to drive into the lane. Get that transition defense going.
Johnson with 5 points, tries to finish off the three-point play, and she does. And LSU grabs a 1-point advantage. Clark gets it to Kate Martin in between the circles. Hawkeyes in the front court. Warnock now to Clark coming off a screen. Three-pointer. Good from the top of the key.
She came to play. Clark loves these games.
What a tournament for the National Player of the Year. Hawks go back by 2. Poole, free throw line extended right. Drives in about 10 feet away. Then slips the ball back. As a move there by Angel Reese as she spins toward the basket for her second hoop. We're tied at 12. Hawkeyes quickly down court. Warnock on the right wing. Gets it to Clark out behind the three-point arc, and then ball stolen away, but Clark got it back, feeds it inside Sonano, who goes up and has her left-handed shot blocked. Rebound taken down by Poole. Now to Morris on the left wing. Holds the ball above her head. Now gets it to Poole. Reverses it to Johnson. She's on the right wing and then makes a move along the baseline. Shot is up and blocked by Kate Martin. Great defensive work by Martin. Here's Clark into the front court. gets into the paint. Now comes back behind the arc. Now she'll fire from 18 and a whistle. As might have had some contact underneath.
I'm trying to figure out what they're calling.
They're going to go against Monica Sonato, an offensive foul underneath the hoop.
That's a flop. So what happened is Monica went in to post up, and then the LSU player just fell back.
So 3 fouls on the Hawkeyes, none so far called on LSU. Poole into the corner, left wide open for a 3-pointer, and she knocked it down. Kateri Poole, first basket transfer from Ohio State.
Well, she can hit threes. She just doesn't shoot a ton of shots in a game.
Clark has it taken away at the free throw line. In transition, Angel Reese down the right side of the lane. And Stolke into the game, goes up to contest and commits her first foul. LSU by 3 with our first media timeout as Poole swished the 3-pointer deep in the right corner as the Hawkeyes left her open.
And so it's funny, these are the waves though right now. LSU is riding a wave. But it's a 3-point game. And it's one of those though where you feel like the wave just feels like such a huge thing. And so Iowa just needs to figure out a way to stop, retake control, and move on.
We'll take a break with 4:40 left to go in the first quarter on a championship Sunday afternoon. LSU 15, Iowa 12. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
At US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
We had a significant foundation settling issue at our residential property, and we needed money fast to fix it, and Midwest One Bank came to our rescue.
We're talking with Brian Kirschling about Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank helped us secure a home equity loan in order to remedy the situation. Your home is your most valuable asset, and Midwest One Bank gave us peace of mind, and Midwest One Bank was there when we needed them.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Loan subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the 4th reading between Iowa and LSU. Hawkeyes hold a 2-1 advantage. Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company congratulates the Hawkeye women's basketball team on a tremendous season. Big Ten tourney champs and a trip here to the championship game. Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company recognizes your accomplishments and are proud to be your partners at the University of Iowa. Go Hawks! Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield. So after the Hannah Stolke foul against Angel Reese, 72% free throw shooter makes the first. (16-12) LSU, and this one no good off the left side of the rim. Sonato pulls the rebound. Gets it to Kate Martin in the backcourt, who will hand to Caitlin Clark, will walk it across the timeline. In between the circles, Caitlin keeps that left-handed dribble. Now high post area, Sonato back to Clark for 3, left wing. Count it! 3 threes for Caitlin Clark.
Just fire. truly fire from that three-point spot right now.
9 for Clark, all behind the arc. Almost a steal by Clark. Elbow jumper, Morris is good. That's her first basket. First team All-SEC. Clark quickly down the court for the Hawkeyes. She's on the left wing, gets it to Sonano. Now reverses. Clark for 3, coming off a screen.
Oh my God!
Wow!
What?
Gave it to Sonano, wheeled back, got it back from Sonano, and knocked it down left to the top of the key. Tied at 18. Here's Williams, high post area. Now gets it to Johnson, free throw line extended left. Now into the paint. Williams tries to go to work, left-handed shot, no. Offensive rebound, putback is no good by Angel Reese, but a foul will be called on the Hawks.
And Iowa, if Iowa can just get some positioning, they can draw some charge calls, because LSU is doing a lot of body down in the post, and they're watching it. These refs are watching it, so Iowa just needs to get positioning, and they'll be able to draw a charge.
Well, that's Sonano's second. That gets Addie O'Grady into the game. Reese, the left-hander, makes the first. She has 6. And she's a big-time offensive rebounder. Averages 15.6 rebounds overall, makes the second free throw. She had 24 and 12 in the semifinal victory against Virginia Tech. Warnock for Hannah Stalkey. So Sonano on the bench with 2 fouls. Clark gets the ball left wing. Kate Martin, a couple of dribbles. Now back to Caitlin. Hands it to Kate Martin. Now she's top of the key area. Drives left side. Now pulls it back behind the arc with 9 to shoot. Reverse the ball to Warnock. He tried to get a pass inside to O'Grady, and it's taken away by Johnson. Johnson on the left wing for LSU. Not a Poole in between the circles. Clark out on her. Now along the baseline. Reese is doubled, but then gets it back inside, and what a job by O'Grady against Johnson to take the ball away. Gets it down to Clark in transition, goes up in the paint, and the shot is no good, too strong off the window, but the first foul of the ball game called on LSU.
And Clark really had to fight for that one, because she drove as hard as she could and went right into it. But O'Grady just going there and getting that position and getting in the right spot.
So Poole commits the first foul for LSU. Clark drills the free throw. Caitlin was 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the semifinal victory. Makes the second. She has 14. Iowa as a team was 14 out of 14. We're tied at 20. 2:32 left to go, first quarter. Williams trapped on the baseline. Sonano there along with O'Grady. She loses control of the ball. Make that Warnock, and she digs it up and gets it to Gabby Marshall. Another takeaway by the Hawkeyes.
Great job. I love that trap down there.
Step back 3. Clark, same area left to the top of the key. Slips off the right side of the rebound. Poole with the rebound. Gets it down court to Williams. Cross court pass to Morris. Against that Hawkeye zone. Inside, Williams, a couple of dribbles and goes up, and a foul will be called on Iowa.
Addie O'Grady doing a great job on the defense. She's getting between them, and
LSU is initiating the contact. There's no doubt about that.
Doing a good job, though. Addie's doing a great job on the defensive end right now, and they're going to give that foul to Addie O'Grady.
So that'll bring LaDasia Williams to the free throw line. Had 16 against VTech on Friday and makes the first free throw. 21-20 LSU. Second one in the air, got it. I think what they saw, Jamie, and it was clean, but she brought that left hand down. And Clark hit down court, ball taken away. Here's Morris on the left wing. Now gets it inside, turnaround paint jumper, Williams, no. Weak side rebound and a whistle. And this time we'll head the other way.
Kate Martin That is a battle, and she's doing a good job. So what Kate Martin did, the right thing, is she boxed out and put her hands up. That's how you get the reach calls. You got to get your hands up in order to get the over the back, and that she did it just perfect.
And Angel Reese picks up her first, the team's second, and here's a reach outside the arc.
Oh, it looks like the refs have decided to call a few more fouls, which is great for Iowa because there is some body, there's some contact happening down there.
Morris will get her first. Clark is 4 of 6 from 3. Has the ball on the left wing, now to Warnock, top of the key, 3, rimming no. Rebound taken down by LSU. Carson into the game with the basketball on the left wing, and she tried to make a move along the baseline, and that's a reach in on McKenna Warnock. That was a foul, and that's her second. And Stolke will come in for McKenna Warnock. So Warnock with 2, Sonano with 2, with 1:23 left to go in the first. LSU by 2, and at the free throw line is Jasmine Carson, 5'10" guard, makes the first.
Right now, Iowa just needs to make sure, get that ball down the court. And the passes in the lane are hard right now because LSU has about 3 players hanging out in the lane. So looking for a kick out, waiting to see what opens. Might have to wait a little bit longer.
Second one also good. Clark almost lost control of the ball and got it back to Kate Martin, who just gets it across the timeline in time. Stolke on the right wing. Here's Marshall. Free throw line extended right. Now to Clark. Near the top of the key on the right side. She'll have a step back top of the key 3, rimming no. Battle for the rebound. Stolke has the inside position and grabs it. And then a reaching foul is called on Angel Reese. That's her second. Tried to take
Great
the ball
job.
away from Hannah Stolke.
Got in there, got that board. She times it so well. She is so natural on those boards.
Reese thought she had a clean steal.
This is going to be a battle.
Hawks get it in. Go inside to Stolke. Left side, Marshall puts it on the floor. And another whistle. So they have decided to clean this up.
They are cleaning it up. That's great. That's what Iowa needs. They need a clean game.
Kateri Poole picks up her second. Well, at this rate, there's not going to be anybody left.
Oh, man. So Monica Sonano on the bench with 2. Warnock on the bench with 2 for LSU. Reese on the bench with 2 for them. And you got to think Poole's going on the bench with 2 for them.
And Gabby Marshall steps to the free throw line. LSU by 4 and now 3. Marshall's first point with 52.4 left to go in the first. Hawks down by 3. Marshall can cut it to 2, and she does. So 4 of the 5 starters have scored for the Hawks. 2-point basketball game. LSU with the lead and the basketball. Hawks will at least get 1 more possession in the quarter. Here's Morris, top of the key, takes a couple of dribbles, kicks it back out to Carson. She fires a 3-pointer, top of the key, good. Jasmine Carson with 5, averaging 8.4, transfer from West Virginia. 27-22 LSU. Clark backs it across the timeline. Hawks can hold for the final shot. And that appears to be what Iowa is going to do. Clark whips the ball to the right side. Now reverses, gets into the paint, inside Stolke. Turnaround shot is up and no good with the left hand, and shifted her pivot foot and is called for traveling with 5.1 left to go.
Did a good job cutting into the lane. So hope with the Hawks not running.
And a whistle will blow the play dead. No time came off the clock as LSU got the ball into play as Molly Davis comes in, just to give Caitlin Clark a couple extra seconds to rest. LSU will have to go the full length, and now 5.5 put on the clock. LSU 27, Iowa 22.
So we're up to 6.2.
Well, let's see if it stops there. In the backcourt, Morris takes the ball, Dribbles across the timeline and will fire a three-pointer off the mark. No good. Missed it right at the top of the key as Kate Martin secured the rebound to end the first 10 minutes of basketball. LSU 27, Iowa 22 on Championship Sunday. We'll be back. Second quarter action coming up next. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Is not just for lumberjacks anymore, it's for everyone. Are you looking for some competitive fun in the Des Moines area? Ironside Axe Club offers parties, corporate team building, and leagues. Come let us teach you how to throw axes or come to sharpen your skills. It's great as a date night and even better with a group of friends. Check out our weekly activities, including morning blend networking, lunch and throw, trivia, Thirsty Thursday, and league. Visit our website at ironsideaxeclub.com and unleash your inner Viking.
So, what would you say if I gave you a reason not to cook dinner tonight? Tell me more. 2 words. Roasted chicken. We fix, you serve. 2 more words. Quick Star. Our delicious roasted whole chicken will give you all the reason you need not to cook. Fresh, roasted to tender, juicy perfection chicken. Perfect for any meal prep, or even unexpected company. So, sounds like you don't need any other reason to get to Quick Star and have dinner covered.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy 1 free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
Hawks have not scored a field goal. Did not for the last 3 minutes and 49 seconds of the first quarter after getting off to a really good start. LSU 27, Iowa 22. Quickstar is proud to support the Hawkeye women's basketball program and congratulate the entire team on their performance in this year's tournament. Quickstar, your one-stop solution for all your tournament snacks, fuel, and beverages. So Clark with 14 in the first quarter.
Yep, big game. Big game so far. Iowa, though, is shooting really well, but so is LSU. Iowa traditionally shoots a little bit better than them field goal-wise, but LSU's not bad, 41%. Iowa's about 47%. So shooting today, though, Iowa 50% from the field, 50% from three-point line in that first quarter, and LSU was 53% from the field and 60% from the three-point line.
And LSU shot 9 free throws in the first quarter and made 8 of them. This is a under 70% free throw shooting team on the season. Hawks went there 4 times, 4 for 4. So that brings Iowa's total with Friday night's game and today. 18 out of 18 have not missed a free throw here at the Final Four.
A lot of free throws. A lot of free throws, a lot of pressure, but Iowa is showing up to that free throw line.
LSU in the first quarter led for 4 minutes and 37 seconds. The Hawkeyes for 3:09. Iowa has 5 steals, LSU 4. And Iowa had 3 steals in the first couple minutes of the first quarter. Clark 4 out of 7. All of her shots have come from behind the arc. Warnock missed a 3, so Iowa 4 out of 8 from three-point range. University of Iowa Healthcare has a game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or a minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. 27-22 after 1. O'Grady stays in. And so does Hannah Stalkey, with McKenna Warnock and Monica Sonano with 2 fouls on the bench. Reese and Poole same predicament for LSU. Angel Reese has 7 points and 3 rebounds with those 2 fouls. Tigers basketball to start quarter number 2. Working the left side, here's Williams. About 18 feet from the hoop. Gives it back to Morris on the right side. Her pull-up jumper off the dribble is no good. And O'Grady the rebound. Gets it to Clark. Caitlin pushes the ball to Gabby Marshall for 3.
Oh,
Count it.
Gabby in those threes. She's been so huge for the Hawkeyes.
Hit that one from the left wing as a defender came out on her. That's the 24th made 3 in the tournament for Gabby Marshall. Here's Johnson. Feeds inside. A wide open LaDasia Williams with the right-handed layup.
I would just didn't drop into that weak side quite quick enough.
Williams with 6. 29-25. Hawkeyes down 4. Clark has the ball coming off a screen at the top of the key. Angles right side. Her floater from the right wing is no good. A little bit strong off the window. Rebound taken down by Johnson of LSU. Pushes the ball ahead to Morris. Now inside. A shot attempt is up, but a whistle and a turnover will go against Samaya Smith into the game.
And Smith came in, and then I think it was Stolke. I don't remember exactly which Iowa player it was, but came across to help. Didn't get the ball on the floor quite quick enough, and so forced to travel.
Hawks down 4 with the basketball, just underway second quarter. Here's Martin, left to the top of the key. Clark tried to come off that screen at the top of the key. Feeds to Kate Martin for 3.
Oh,
swish!
Three-point line is just getting hotter for the Hawkeyes. Marshall, Martin, who's next?
Hit it from the same area on the left wing. Hawks pull to within 1. 29-28. Here's Carson on the left wing. She's hit a 3. Stolke comes out on her. Dribbles back and forth. Now gets the ball to an open Williams. Plows her way in the middle. Goes up with the right hand. No. Rebound taken down by Smith. Turnaround shot no good. And the ball goes out of bounds along the baseline. Touch last by Addie O'Grady.
There's Kate Martin down there playing like she's 6'3", just doing a great job going straight up.
Kate Martin's 3 held that foul through nicely as the defense came out. Off the inbounds play, 3-pointers up and no good by Johnson from the left side. Hawks with the rebound. Martin flashes the ball down court.
Yes,
Hannah Stolke with the right-handed layup.
Stolke so fast, just cuts right behind the LSU defender who is just jogging and just decides to pick up her own speed.
That's usually a pass reserved for Caitlin Clark.
Everyone's doing it. Find your roles today.
At the free throw line. Williams works her way inside and goes up and uses the glass to finish. She has 8. LSU goes back up by 1 after the Hawks grabbed a 1-point lead. Bounce pass inside. Kate Martin along the baseline. Right-handed layup left side off the window. Good. What a pass by Caitlin Clark.
The pass, the cut, the move, all of it. Top notch.
Hawks go back up by 1. 7:08 left to go in the second quarter. Little jump shot from the baseline is good by Samaya Smith, the 6'2" freshman. Quickly down court, Stolke in the paint. Shot goes up, it's blocked away. LSU in transition. Morris on the left wing. Now comes to the elbow. Feeds right wing, wide open 3 is good by Carson. Carson, a wide open 3. That's her second 3-pointer. LSU
spot.
goes up by 4.
So I was just got to make sure to get out there, hands up.
And as Clark moves into the lane with the dribble, a reach will be called out high. Let's see if they get Morris. And that would be Morris's second. Alexis Morris averaging 15.2. As Poa comes into the game for the first time for LSU.
Iowa and LSU are both holding their players that have 2 fouls on the bench.
And Clark has to retrieve the ball off the inbounds. Does so. And then a tough guard again. And a foul will be called on Poa, who just came into the game.
Clark is just keeping her composure. She's been doing this all year, right? She's been having that body, and she's figured out how to play her game and not get those offensive foul charges, because she will not even put her arm up, right? She's like, I'm not going to even there's no way I'm pushing off on you.
Hawks get it in. Here's Clark, tries to turn the corner, and this time she is going to be called for a push-off against Poa as she got to the elbow. That's 2 on Caitlin Clark. 36-32 LSU, 6:25 left to go. Johnson on the right wing. Holding the ball, now gets a screen and feeds it left side. Poa will fire a three-pointer and drill it from the left side.
And Poa coming in off the bench.
And Clark for 3, top of the key, no. O'Grady goes after the rebound, had the ball knocked away by Williams, but a foul on the rebound will be called on LaDeja Williams, her first. 39-32 LSU. It'll be Iowa basketball along the baseline. Clark will throw it in. We're under 6. Gets it to O'Grady, now to Martin in between the circles. Clark comes out to get it, angles left side, will fire a 3 left wing, and fouled in the active shooting. Poa got her. 3 free throws for Clark.
And it was great play. I like that play. A lot of Clark coming off of screens, getting handoffs. But that one, she pulled it a little bit further than she normally does, which pulled the defender out who came out flailing at her and drew that foul.
So Caitlin at the line. First one is short. First missed free throw at the Final Four for the Hawkeyes. She'll get 2 more.
LSU on an 8-0 run right now, so over the last minute 10. So trying to end that run.
And a swish for Clark on the second to make it 39-33. Clark will get 1 more. Relaxes, fires, and hits it.
2 out of 3.
Clark needs 1 more point to tie the NCAA all-time tournament season scoring record, as a jump shot from the left wing is good by Carson. And Lisa Bluder will call timeout. Jasmine Carson, coming in off the bench for LSU, has 10 points, averages 8.4.
Well, I mean, LSU is still shooting really, really great. They're actually shooting better this quarter than they were the previous quarter. 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Iowa's still shooting well, too. 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line.
Timeout on the floor with 5:36 left to go in quarter number 2. LSU 41, Iowa 34. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Every detail matters when building a winning game plan. That's why the Hawkeyes rely on Better, Cleaner Now biodiesel to power the black and gold bus on game days. Delivering success on the court, in the field, and in the environment. Make biodiesel part of your game plan by visiting iasoybeans.com. Biodiesel. Request it, grow it, use it. This message brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
The Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver sustainable soy solutions to every life, every day. Learn more at iasoybeans.com. This message is brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff. LSU 41, Iowa 34 with 5:36 left to go in the second quarter. And The storyline for LSU is hot shooting.
It is hot shooting for them. Iowa not shooting poorly, just not as hot as LSU is right now. 5:36 here to go in the quarter, and you got to think Monica Sonano's going to be coming back in, McKenna Warnock coming in, but that means Angel Reese is going to be coming back in too, so you'll just see a full shift happening on both teams. And I'm not going to be surprised if you see a lot of drives, because people are going to try to push each other.
Well, Monica Sonano picked up her second foul at the 3:25 mark of the first quarter, and we haven't seen her since.
But it looks like she might be going in. Looks like she's sitting in the circle, so she should be going in here. McKenna Warnock not in yet.
Who also has 2, and then Reese, Morris, and Poole, 3 starters for LSU with 2 fouls. But Jasmine Carson has been the story for LSU off the bench. Will shoot the open 3, right, and has 10 points. Transfer from West Virginia.
This is the team that Iowa's faced before that this is similar to is Maryland, right? You have these team players coming in who have and are capable of scoring, so it's not your average person coming off the bench, just somebody coming from another school where they were probably a pretty good scorer.
9 new players on the roster this year for LSU. Went 33-2. 2 losses at South Carolina and to Tennessee by 2. Iowa basketball. Clark across the timeline. Bounce pass to Kate Martin. Now inside to Sonano. Back outside to Marshall. Puts it on the floor. And a foul will be called as she tried to move into the 15-foot area.
Great shot fake. Shot fake in the dribble really took her down.
And the nice thing is that free throws now for the Hawkeyes, right, after Carson picked up her first. And the free throw is good by Gabby Marshall, who has 6 and shot only 1 time on Friday night.
So Iowa in the bonus now, feeling it. You can feel a little bit picking up on that offensive end. Just need to figure out a way to stop them on the defensive end. Limit their easy opportunities inside. Look to draw a charge on a drive.
2 for 2 for Gabby Marshall. She has 7. 41-36 LSU. 5:20 left to go, second quarter. Poa brings the ball across the timeline. Angles right side, keeps that dribble going, and then finds her way into the paint. Shot no good off the left side of the rim, but a rebound by Johnson. And a pass inside. Reese is able to score after a terrific find by Carson. Here's Clark on the left wing. Gives to Gabby Marshall outside the arc. Out dribbles to the right side. Finds Hannah Stalkey, who gets into the middle and kind of lost control. The dribble, stumbled, and traveled.
But the drive in there hard. Driving in right now works because LSU's, and they are hurting on fouls. Driving in can work right now.
And Stalkey will come out in favor of McKenna Warnock. 43-36 LSU, 4:45 left to go, second quarter. Here's Poa on the right side. Sydney Folter also into the game. She hesitates and then feeds left side. Here's Carson, will fire a 3-pointer and drill it. Clark was there.
Not
Carson with 13.
Right, not on her extremely tight. Probably need to get out there a little bit more.
46-36. Clark gets into the paint. Shot is up a little bit strong. LSU with the rebound. Here's Johnson across the timeline. Carson will fire again and hit again from the right side. She is on fire for LSU.
She hasn't missed a shot. Carson has not missed a shot.
And that was in transition.
Yeah. I ended behind, a few feet behind the line.
49-36 inside. Gabby Marshall got it.
Nice little drop pass from Monica Sonano across the lane to her.
That one kind of tiptoed on the iron and fell in. So Clark now gets out on Carson. 49-38 LSU with the lead in the basketball. Poa drops it off inside. Williams goes up strong. Shot no. Offensive rebound. Both teams go after it. And it's a tie-up situation. And the Hawkeyes will have the arrow.
McKenna and Warnock, or Warnock and Sonato both play with those 2 fouls, but doing a great job. Got to still be aggressive when you're in there. You just have to figure out where do you lessen up, and there's certain spots where you can't.
Clark across the timeline, angles left side, and a push-off is going to be called on Clark as a double team came out toward her near midcourt. And that was Poa again.
Poa.
3 on Clark. And she's going to have to come out of the game in favor of Molly Davis.
And Clark will take a seat, but Iowa has the people out there who can score, and they're a team. You got to think that someone's out there going, let's go. I can hit this too. Let's hit the threes.
Poa gets the ball to the top of the key. Here's Smith. She fires a mid-range jumper straight away. No. Sonato the rebound. Iowa down 49-38. Marshall gets it to Warnock on the left side. She drives and will have a foul on LSU. That'll go against Smith.
But it puts McKenna Warnock at the line. So at any foul, Iowa's going to the line right now.
And these become very key free throws with the Hawks down. Free throw, Warnock, no good. Bounced a couple of times on the rim. So Clark on the bench with 3 fouls and 16 points. Second one, got it. First point for McKenna Warnock. Hawks down 10. We're under 3 second quarter. Clark up off the bench, urging her teammates. Here's Poa. The bench has been the difference. LSU's got really good production. Here's Johnson. Feeds right side. Poa for 3. Got it. Rattled around and went through.
Well, LSU on this season, not even close to this type of shooting percentage from three-point land. But today they're shooting it.
Here's Martin. Gets into the lane. Kicks it left side. Jumper by Sonato. No. Good possession. McKenna Warnock goes up strong in the paint and is fouled. Great rebound on the weak side by Warnock.
She did such a good job of gaining the position to give herself more space on the weak side.
So that'll be the second on Smith on the season. LSU just under 34% from three-point range.
Today, they're shooting 73% from three-point range.
It seems like it's higher. Warnock makes the first free throw, and it's 52-40, 2:19 until halftime. Second one, short. Warnock 2 out of 4 from the line. Those are valuable points for the Hawkeyes with Clark on the bench. Poa will walk it across the timeline. He's the backup point guard. Angles to the left side. Molly Davis comes out on her. Lob pass inside. Williams will try to go to work against Monica Sonato. And as she backs in, that's going to go against Williams.
She changes her pivot foot a lot of times, and this is the first time we've seen that call.
And shuffled her feet before she backed in. Here's Molly Davis in the front court. Martin. Inside. Sonato feeds it left side to Molly Davis. Gets into the paint. Right side to Gabby Marshall. Wanted to fire a 3, but the defense closed. Inside, Sonato. Bank shot off the right block. Maybe even a step away. Really good shot.
Really good job just waiting for that opportunity. Kate Martin screened across the lane for her to come off, and then waiting for that high percentage shot. You hear those Hawkeye fans.
Hawks down 10, 1:22 left to go until halftime. Here's a 15-foot jump shot straight away. That is good by Carson. She's been unstoppable for LSU today. And that puts the Tigers back up by 12. Jasmine Carson, a 5'10 grad student from Memphis, Tennessee. Left wing, McKenna Warnock drops it inside. Sonato goes to work. Shot is up and no good as Williams went down and might have got her feet tangled up with Monica. And the ball goes out of bounds over to LSU.
Yeah, so Monica she was trying to create on a really a shot where she was kind of falling right there.
54-42, we're under a minute. LSU with the lead and the ball. Here's Johnson on the right wing. Drives into the paint. Shot is up and no good. And Warnock, a tough rebound along the baseline. Now Marshall gets it ahead to Kate Martin. Free throw line extended right. Bounce pass into Sonato. Tried to get it back to Martin, but it's stolen away. On the move is Johnson down the middle of the lane. Shot is up and good. Johnson with 8. 56-42. Hawks can hold for the final shot. Try to get some momentum going into the halftime break. Molly Davis out near the timeline. We're under 10. Davis hands off to Kate Martin, who traveled before she put the ball on the floor. LSU will have 4.7 seconds. 56-42. 4.7 left in the second.
Iowa just wants to get out of this half, right? They right now just get a stop, no shot.
Been a tough second quarter. LSU will have the ball in the backcourt along the sideline. Here's Poa. Hands it off to Carson for 3. Banked it in from the left wing.
Iowa's defense was good. Carson, that's a lucky shot. I mean, but Carson, everything Carson puts up right now is going in for her. Carson she's 5 of 5 from the three-point line. 5 of 5.
21 points in the first 2 quarters for Jasmine Carson. Her career high is 25 at Florida on February 19th of this year. LSU 59, Iowa 42. We are at the half. Hawkeyes were down 5 after 1, 27-22. 21 points for Jasmine Carson on 5 for 5 from three-point range, including a bank from the left wing to end the second quarter. Halftime show coming up from Dallas. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy 1 free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
Pizza. The word just sells itself. hot, delicious, cheesy pizza. Now I got you dreaming about pizza, right? Now, picture that pizza with piles and piles of 5 Wisconsin cheeses. Quick Star's Pothole Pizza has you covered with flavors like pepperoni, bursting with spirited amounts of pepperoni, or kitchen sink, loaded with toppings to fill any bottomless pit. Hey, our Pothole Pizzas are sure to make your pizza dreams come true. Head over to the freezer section and pick up a Pothole Pizza from Quick Star, and we'll see you next time.
What does it take to be a success? Hard work, determination, and unrelenting attitude. The Hawkeye women have given their all every day, and we at Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company wish to congratulate the Hawkeye women's basketball team on all you've accomplished. We're proud to say we support the University of Iowa and the Hawkeye women's basketball program. You represent all that it means to be an Iowan and to be a Hawkeye. At Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, we thank you for an amazing season and continue to cheer for your success. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to the halftime show from American Airlines Center, Dallas, Texas, on Championship Sunday. Hawks have some work to do as LSU just on fire in the first 2 quarters, lead it 59-42. Jasmine Carson with some foul trouble with the LSU starters. Extended minutes for her. Jamie, she had 25 points at Florida back in February, has not scored the last 3 games. In the second round of the tournament, had 9 against Michigan, played 6 minutes and 29 seconds against Utah, 10:03 against Miami, and 13:24 against Virginia Tech on Friday with no points. She puts 21 on the Hawkeyes in the first 2 quarters.
And Rob, it seems, unfathomable that can happen. But it's what you and I have seen from the teams that have a lot of transfers on there. It's like it's more likely from those teams because those players already have experience playing in games. And so she's coming in with different experiences than your average player coming in off the bench. So here looking at the stats, starting with Iowa. Iowa has 1 player in double figures. That's Caitlin Clark. She's shooting. She has 4 of 8 from the 3-point line, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 9 points coming from Gabby Marshall on 1 of 1 from the 3-point line, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Kate Martin, 7 points, 1 for 1 from the free throw line or 3-point line. 6 points. Monica Sonano only played 12 minutes in that first half. 2 from Stolke, 2 from Warnock. That ends up the scoring for the Hawkeyes, where they're at 42 points. LSU, 21 points from Carson, 10 from Williams, 8 Johnson, 7 Reese, 6 from Poa, 3 from Poole, and 2 from Smith and Morris each. Rebounds, Iowa is being out-rebounded by just 3 right now. 16 rebounds for LSU, 13 for Iowa. Iowa has 12 assists, LSU 15 assists. Both teams, those are end of game stats for some teams, and that's where these 2 teams are halfway through the game. Iowa with 11 turnovers, LSU with 7 turnovers. And here's the stat that's the overwhelming stat, though. LSU is 58% from the field. Iowa's 50% from the field. Both teams are shooting over half from the field. Gets even crazier. 3-point line, LSU is 75% shooting. 9 of 12 from the 3-point line. Iowa 55% from the 3-point line. 6 of 11 shooting. Just unheard of things happening out there. I still have a lot of faith, though, because Iowa is a 3rd quarter team. I do think it's there. The question is, LSU's going to come out still shooting 75% from the 3 and 58% from the field. That's going to be a really hard. If they're going to shoot like that, it's going to be really hard to come back from their deficit right now.
Well, as you mentioned, Jamie, in the first quarter, every possession counts, offensively, defensively. That's magnified now, and I think it's the goal where you get this thing inside at 10 going into the 4th quarter and see if you've got a chance. You wouldn't think that in the 3rd and 4th quarters that LSU would stay this hot. As you continue to examine the story of Jasmine Carson, told you she hasn't scored the last 3 games, had 9 against Michigan. She was 3 for 6 from 3 in that game. Previous to that, had not hit a 3 since the Vanderbilt game on the 23rd of February. So when you prepare a scouting report.
And they do their research. Now you adjust, though. That's what I was going to talk about at halftime. Okay, so what are they going to do? There may be a triangle in two. What are we going to do to try to figure out how we want to play against them? And Angel Reese only played in the first quarter. So you didn't even see Angel Reese here because those bench players came in and they contributed so well. She's like, I'm not going to put you back in.
Back with more from Dallas on the halftime show. Hawks with some work to do. Down to LSU 59-42. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Is not just for lumberjacks anymore, it's for everyone. Are you looking for some competitive fun in the Des Moines area? Ironside Axe Club offers parties, corporate team building, and leagues. Come let us teach you how to throw axes or come to sharpen your skills. It's great as a date night and even better with a group of friends. Check out our weekly activities, including morning blend networking, lunch and throw, trivia, Thirsty Thursday, and league. Visit our website at ironsideaxeclub.com and unleash your inner Viking.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
Every detail matters when building a winning game plan. That's why the Hawkeyes rely on better, cleaner now biodiesel to power the black and gold bus on game days, delivering success on the court, in the field, and in the environment. Make biodiesel part of your game plan by visiting iasoybeans.com. Biodiesel. Request it, grow it, use it. This message brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff.
At US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Hawks are outscored in the second quarter, 32-20. LSU leads at 59-42. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Iowa and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank. Stop by your local branch or log on today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Well, men's Final Four championship game tomorrow night. San Diego State with a last-second buzzer beater. 1-point victory over Florida Atlantic, 72-71. That is the 5th time ever in a Final Four game that there was a shot at the buzzer to win the ball game. And UConn, no problem with Miami of Florida. UConn has just coasted through the NCAA tournament. So it'll be UConn and San Diego State tomorrow night for the men's championship. Of course, we'll crown a champion for the women here in Dallas today. Right now, LSU 59, Iowa 42. Back with more after the break. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every detail matters when building a winning game plan. That's why the Hawkeyes rely on better, cleaner now biodiesel to power the black and gold bus on game days. Delivering success on the court, in the field, and in the environment. Make biodiesel part of your game plan by visiting iasoybeans.com. Biodiesel. Request it, grow it, use it. This message brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff.
What does it take to be a success? Hard work, determination, and unrelenting attitude. The Hawkeye women have given their all every day, and we at Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company wish to congratulate the Hawkeye women's basketball team on all you've accomplished. We're proud to say we support the University of Iowa and the Hawkeye women's basketball program. You represent all that it means to be an Iowan and to be a Hawkeye. At Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, we thank you for an amazing season and continue to cheer for your success. Go Hawks!
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Both teams back out on the court warming up. The Hawks to our left, LSU to our right. LSU 21 of 36 from the floor. Hawkeyes 13 of 26, so 10 more shots for LSU. 9 out of 12 from 3. We haven't seen that much this year.
I know. I don't think ever. Maybe Iowa one or two times, but not a team that they were playing against. And you just have to wonder are they going to cool off? And Iowa's going to do their best to cool them off, and they're going to come out with a different game plan. So I'm excited to see what defense they're going to play. I got the faith.
Well, and like you said, Jamie, the third quarter, that's Iowa's best. There's no doubt.
Iowa's best quarter. So that's the thing that Iowa needs to lean into right now. It's their best quarter, and you're just like, you're going to try and cool them off. And if they don't cool off, then holy cow.
Be tough to keep up 58%, but we'll see. We'll see what the Hawks do in the third quarter. It's coming up. LSU 59, Iowa 42. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Lifeline is a growing business, and we know that Midwest One Bank is going to be there along with us all the way.
We're talking with Randy Smith from Lifeline Emergency Vehicles about Midwest One Bank.
For Lifeline to sustain, we need to expand into future markets, and we need partnerships like Midwest One Bank to help us grow. Having a partner like Midwest One Bank provides us a future. They're always there when we need them.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Did you know you can now get your Quick Star favorites even quicker with mobile ordering through your Quick Rewards app? You can have all your favorites like chicken tenders, pizza, Nature's Touch ice cream, or a new puppy waiting for you when you arrive. Okay, just kidding about the new puppy. We're still working with the developer on that one. Order ahead, grab and go. We can even bring the orders to your car curbside. Hey, the Quick Life is a good life. Download the Quick Rewards app and order ahead today.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
LSU starts the third quarter with the basketball. Weaving it around the outside. Morris on the right wing. And now makes a move into the paint. Feeds left side. Three-pointer is up and no good. But the rebound taken down by Johnson came right back to her. Floats another shot up in the paint. No. Sonano the rebound. Gets it ahead to Martin. Now left wing. Clark for three. Rimming no. And a weak side rebound by McKenna. Warnock goes up. Has it knocked away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Touched last by LSU. The Iowa baseball team defeated Maryland today 11-8. 11 runs on 14 hits for the Hawkeyes. 59-42. Iowa basketball, first possession of the third quarter, as one of the LSU players lost a shoe. They'll get that tied up, and the Hawks will have it along the baseline. Clark will inbounds the ball, looks inside, then lobs a pass out to Gabby Marshall. Bounce pass right inside to Sonano, goes up and missed it with the right hand. Well-designed play.
Yep, good job, good take. Little body on it, but those are things that Monica can finish.
LSU working the right side of the court, and then a lob pass out high for Poole. He comes to the top of the key. Hawks in the 2-3 zone. Now Morris tries to go to work and leaves it off for Williams, who sinks a 15-footer. That's 12 for LaDasia Williams, and it's 61-42. Here's Warnock on the right wing. She'll fire a three-pointer off the mark. Rebound taken down by Johnson. Floats the ball ahead to Poole. Keep that left-handed dribble going, and LSU now slowing the pace. Angles right side. Now here's Morris. Inside. Angel Reese tries to go to work, and a whistle.
And that's, Monica just needs a standard ground in those. Needs a standard ground, because that's going to be her third foul. She's going to continue to play. This is a game where you just keep her in. I think you just keep her in.
Yeah, with 8:08 left to go in the third, down 61-42.
I'm not sure what they're...
Well, Monica got hit in the nose, I think.
Okay, so they're going to review it.
She took an elbow. So that'll be a review at the scorer's table.
Yep. So they're going to look to see if they think there was a flagrant foul. They'll still have the foul against Monica Sonano. That won't go away. They're just looking to see if they're going to add, they would add a portion against Reese.
Doesn't really look like there'll be anything there.
But there could be a different angle that we don't see. Yep. I mean, she did lead with her elbow, and that is actually illegal. Well, so I don't know what they'll say. It's a 50-50 shot. Yep. I don't know.
We'll just wait and see with the officials, but we will take a break with 8:08 left to go in the third quarter. LSU 61, Iowa 42 from Dallas. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Coco Creative Agency has launched the Inclusive Cultural Marketing Program, an initiative uplifting minority-owned businesses across Iowa. Businesses like Lola's Fine Hot Sauce, Forward Consulting, Own Your Check, and Humanize My Hoodie. For more information about Coco Creative Agency and these other great businesses, visit CocoCreates.com for more information. That's CocoCreates.com. Let's prioritize impact over transaction and uplift minority-owned businesses.
So, what would you say if I gave you a reason not to cook dinner tonight? Tell me more? 2 words. Roasted chicken. We fix, you serve. 2 more words. Quick Star, our delicious roasted whole chicken, will give you all the reason you need not to cook. Fresh, roasted to tender, juicy perfection chicken. Perfect for any meal prep, or even unexpected company. So, sounds like you don't need any other reason to get to Quick Star and have dinner covered.
Welcome back to the National Championship game from American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. LSU 61, Iowa 42. After Monica Sonato picked up her third personal foul. Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm and partner with Iowa's women's basketball program to serve charities in Eastern Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com. Also, U.S. Sailor is on a mission to find us again by putting down our phones in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Find out more at ussailor.com. So LSU will be at the free throw line.
Doesn't look like they're going to call anything because you would do those shots first.
So Sonato will stay in the game. Angel Reese, who didn't play much in the first half due to 2 fouls. Just 9 minutes. Connects on the first. That is her 8th point. 33 double-doubles this year. Averages well over a double-double. Second one also good. She has 9. Iowa basketball down 63-42. Here's Clark, right at the top of the key. It's a Sonato screen, wheels to the left side, and will pull for 3. Count it. Knocked it down right in front of the Iowa bench.
Woo! And Clark is cool.
And that, Jamie, is the NCAA tournament all-time leading scorer for a season.
Well earned. I think the whistling you just heard, I think they're giving a warning to Monica Sonato for touching the ball, maybe.
Be a delay of game warning. 63-45. Here's Morris. Left side to Poole. Dribbles into the paint. Now kicks it left side. Williams will try to go to work off Sonato. No good, too strong. And then the ball swiped away by the Hawks. Kate Martin, and then she's tied up. Boy, tough rebounding again inside. Right. Iowa has the possession arrow.
Well, Kate Martin picked that ball up because it actually went into Reese's hands, and Martin just goes and swipes it away from her. And so those are the things Iowa's going to have to do if they want to climb their way back in.
63-45, Hawks down with the ball. Kate Martin, free throw line extended right. Bounce pass inside, Sonato turns toward the baseline, goes up and finishes, and is fouled.
Sonato's here. She knows this is her last game. Last game, no matter what. There is nothing else, and she's going to fight.
Went to work down on the block, gathered and went up, and Deja Williams commits her 2nd foul. Sonato's free throw, perfect. 9 for Monica. Remember, she played only a little over 12 minutes in the first 2 quarters. 63-48. 7 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. Here's Poole. Whips a pass in the corner, and a travel will be called on Johnson.
All right, that's the momentum. You can feel the momentum. Iowa needs to go with it. Try to get, they're on a 6-0 run. Keep going.
And a lot of times, when you have a big lead, complacency steps in.
Well, as you noticed, you said LSU slowed it down. And that isn't the way they were playing in the first half.
Pace.
They changed their pace, and so Iowa needs to try to go after it.
Clark tries to get a pass to Martin. It's tipped in the air, and then she does get it to Warnock, who buries a 3-pointer.
Knocking out. Man.
Here come the Hawks, 63-51.
Extending their run to 9-0.
Almost a steal by Gabby Marshall. Inside Williams, pushed off the block, gets into the paint, shot up, no. Sonato the rebound. She helps McKenna Warnock up. Here's Clark. Deep three. Left wing. No good. Carson the rebound. LSU quickly down court. Here's Morris on the right wing. Drives baseline. She's cut off. Now Williams. She'll fire from the elbow. No. And on the rebound, a foul will be called on the Hawks as Angel Reese had the inside position.
Again, you just are going to have to battle and not worry about fouls at this point. We talked about that at the half. Yeah, if there's people in foul trouble right now, you're just going to go. You're going to play this game.
And that's Warnock's third off the inbounds pass.
Great
up
defense.
In the paint. Reese can't connect. Too strong off the window. Hawks with the rebound. Clark feeds it left side. Three for Gabby Marshall.
Gabby! 2 for 2 today. 2 for 2. She's your answer. Warnock's your answer.
It's the Hawks that are hot from three. 63-54.
Hawks on a 12-0 run. 12-0 run for the Hawkeyes.
Left side, Morris pulls up, elbow jumper, rimming no. Reese the rebound, and putback is good.
I mean, Warnock is boxing out as hard as she can. Just keep doing it. That's all she can do.
Here's Clark, left wing three-pointer.
Holy cow!
Swish.
Clark is your answer. They are hot from three. Iowa, 15-2 run.
Back in the ball game, 65-57, approaching 5 left to go. Third quarter. On the move is Poole. On the drive, we have a whistle.
And that's going to be on McKenna Warnock. But like I just said, you do not play scared right now. You can't help it. You're going to fight them. You're going to go.
Yeah,
you're
that's
all in.
4 on McKenna Warnock.
And she won't come out from that, but you're going to fight. That is it. Iowa can't back down right now. You're going to have to just go for it. And I know that that's the mentality. You could tell by how she went after that. She's like, I'm playing like I would play normally. I'm not going to play scared.
So Stalky into the game. And the first free throw is no good by Poole. This is exactly what Iowa needed here to start the third quarter. Second one also no good. Rebound fought for, dug up by Sonato as she went to a knee. Here's Martin across the timeline. Left wing drive. She's doubled and then throws it away.
No
Into
foul.
the hands of Reese. Down court, Morris, reverse layup, no. Reese, the foul-up shot, no. Lost control, out of bounds, but touched last by the Hawkeyes.
But gosh, great hustle by the Hawkeyes.
Lisa Bluder.
Go with that run.
A foul.
You're going with the run. That's what Coach Bluder's going to talk about. You got the momentum. Let's go. Let's go. They're on their heels. You drive, you attack, you hit those threes. Iowa is the one that's on fire from three-point line right now, so go.
Hawks back in it with 4:46 left to go in the third quarter. Lots of time left to go in Dallas. Hawks heating up from behind the arc. Timeout on the floor. LSU 65, Iowa 57. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
What does it take to be a success? Hard work, determination, and unrelenting attitude. The Hawkeye women have given their all every day, and we at Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company wish to congratulate the Hawkeye women's basketball team on all you've accomplished. We're proud to say we support the University of Iowa and the Hawkeye women's basketball program. You represent all that it means to be an Iowan and to be a Hawkeye. At Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, we thank you for an amazing season and continue to cheer for your success. Go Hawks!
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication.
At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Well, we documented how hot LSU was from deep in the first 2 quarters, and they were 9 of 12. Hawkeyes shot pretty well from 3, 6 of 11. Now 4 of 7 from 3 in the third quarter on a 15-2 run the last 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Right back in the game, Jamie, 65-57. 4:46 left to go. That's a ton of time.
Right. And we talked, the third quarter is always good for the Hawks because it is that time for them to make adjustments. They do a great job responding to Coach Bluder and the rest of the coaches at halftime. They make the adjustments, and you always see good stuff happening in the third quarter. This is just what you're used to see with the Hawkeyes. You got to hope they can just keep the run going, right? Don't let this timeout slow you down. You see all the Hawkeye fans are here standing up. Nobody's sitting down. And that's because you can feel it. You're not going to slow it down. Gabby Marshall only shot 3 shots today, hit them all. So that's the answer right now to Carson. She's our answer. Marshall is the answer, I would say, similarly. Like, had a quiet game yesterday, but she came out firing today.
Well, she's had a terrific tournament.
She has. You know she can do it. That's the difference. We've seen that more consistently from her than from Carson. But Carson also on the bench right now for LSU.
And Caitlin Clark, 6 out of 12 from 3. Warnock on the bench with 4 fouls. Hannah Stalkey in for her. LSU basketball on the baseline. Poole gets it into Morris, and her shot is up and good off the window from the paint. Nice inbounds design play out of the timeout. Morris just with 4. Averages 15 a game. Hawks with the basketball. Bounce pass inside Sonano. She's doubled. Back to Gabby Marshall. Pump fake. Gets into the paint. Floater. And the shot is partially blocked and then dug up by Angel Reese. Hawks down 10. 4:10 left to go third quarter. Here's Morris. Gets into the paint. Slips a pass inside to Williams. Layup good. Hawks quickly down court. Coach Bluder calling out the play that Iowa is to run down 12. Here's Clark on the right wing. Fires a 3-pointer. Swish from Clark.
Seriously, Clark just coming in hot. She has to fight for every shot she's getting right now, but when she fights, she can still hit them.
That was right over the defense. Hawks pull to within 9. Here's Morris, 15-foot jumper, straight away, no good. Sonano the rebound, hands it to Clark. Down court to Marshall. Now back to Caitlin. She'll fire a 3, left wing, skips off the rim. Weak side rebound down to Angel Reese. She'll bring it across the timeline for LSU on the left wing, and now works against Stalkey, spins in the paint, and the ball blocked away, but then dug up by Morris, and then she shuffled her feet. Traveling called on LSU. Nice job by Hannah Stalkey.
Right, and that's the nice and the help side coming across because you know what she wants to do. She wants to dribble in, back in real fast, but then pivot around and turn. That's it, every single time.
Molly Davis comes in for Hannah Stalkey. So the Hawks go with 4 guards and Monica Sonano. Bounce pass inside. Sonano goes up off the window. Yes. Good shot off the glass against Williams. And that's 11 for Sonano. 69-62 LSU. Under
Sonano.
3 third quarter. And a whistle.
Thinking about giving Mulkey a T right now. They're going to review it.
Yep, she said that Monica threw an elbow.
It's the same exact thing that just happened to Monica. So
they're going to take a look at it. So Kim Mulkey had play stopped with LSU having possession of the basketball with 2:45 left to go in the third. 69-62. No call made.
No call made. I mean, the ref is standing there, and it's the same call they already reviewed, and they didn't call anything on LSU. So you have to think, oh, if you didn't call it then, you can't call it now. I haven't seen the replay.
Earlier.
Same exact thing. It's the same exact play as before.
Be shocked if they would do anything
and that's
about
one of the
this.
things that Mana took from that, though. She got popped in the nose hard. I know, but she got an elbow. Remember, I said Reese led with her elbow.
Same thing.
Same exact thing that Reese did, and they didn't call it. So you got to stay. They have to stick with what they called before.
And this was not even to the head area. She just turned.
Yeah, she's just protecting exactly what Reese did. Like, they're leading with your elbow, but if you didn't call it on Reese, you can't call it on Iowa. That's what I'm going to stand by. I think nothing different than what we've already seen earlier in the game.
Agreed. In business, Mid-American Energy can help you save energy and add to your bottom line. Visit midamericanenergy.com to learn more. And it looks as if Jasmine Carson will check in.
So Iowa's got to be making note of that, right?
I would maybe make a note of that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do face guard her. I would not be surprised or go into a denial. They were playing 2-3 zone last we saw, but anytime there's a timeout, there's always a chance.
And Poole extended minutes for her in the first 2 quarters. Or make that Carson as well. Played 12 minutes. And that was due to the foul difficulty with Morris, Reese, and Poole. Now the 3 officials chatting near midcourt. LSU 69, Iowa 62, 2:45 left to go in the third. The Hawks trailed 59-42 at the half, being outscored 32-20 in the second quarter. Now one of the officials over having a conversation with Kim Mulkey, and she didn't like what she heard.
You saw that. The cheering was the Iowa fans seeing Mulkey's reaction, and then they're like, okay, well, good. I completely agree. I think that had they called the foul on Reese before, yep, totally a foul on Monica Sonano.
Officials were consistent.
They were
with those
consistent.
2 plays.
You got to appreciate that. Again, as you know, I wear yellow-colored glasses, and I didn't complain about the Reese one before because I was like, you can do either way. I could go either way on that foul, and I'm glad they're consistent with it. Because then that also means Monica Sonano can continue to be tough. Keep going. So
LSU,
7-point game.
LSU basketball along the sideline. Get it in. Reese hands it back to Morris, who brings it to the right wing against Molly Davis. And now Williams will knock down a 17-foot jump shot straight away.
And they are giving Williams that shot. They're trying to make her shoot out there. Give a little space.
But she does have that 10 to 15-foot range. And she has 16 points, 71-62. Here's Kate Martin in between the circles. Feeds to Gabby Marshall. Inside Monica Sonano. Back outside to Molly Davis, who drives in. Puts a shot up and scores against Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, she reached out, she extended the length and had the nice finish. Great finish.
Molly Davis with her first basket. 71-64, we're under 2. As a 3-pointer by Morris, left wing, no. Rebound put back by Angel Reese is good. 13 for Reese, had 7 at the half. 73-64 LSU. Clark on the right wing for the Hawkeyes. Morris comes out on her, out behind the arc. Hands it off to Molly Davis. Now Davis gets it back from Martin. Bounce pass to Sonano. She's outside of the lane. Now Gabby Marshall, 5 to shoot. Clark for 3, left side, no. And a battle for the rebound underneath. Touch last by Kate Martin.
Kate Martin up in the air, gets out, thrown an elbow in her back, displaces her, but they don't call anything. That
was Johnson. That was right there. So LSU basketball. Morris across the timeline. Angles to the right side near the LSU bench. Now a lob pass inside for Reese. And contact on the help side will go against the Hawkeyes. That'll be Sonato's fourth.
Who'd they just give a tee to? Caitlin Clark?
Addie O'Grady getting ready to come into the game. That's going to be the call, a tee on Clark. (73-64).
So gave a tee to Clark.
And then she took the ball and threw it behind her back out of bounds.
That's what they're calling the tee for?
That's all I could see. Free throw is up and no good by Reese. She's shooting the two on the foul. Missed them both.
Wow. Wow.
The bad thing, though, Jamie, is that's also a personal foul on Clark. That's her fourth.
It is.
Now the technical free throws, and Morris connects on the first one. So 4 on Warnock, 4 on Sonato, 4 on Clark at the 103 mark.
Well, right now it just feels like Iowa against the world, right? And that's where, and they just keep going. This is the what's dealt, and you just move forward past it. Know now that you all have 4 fouls, and they're going to take a seat so they can get prepped.
Morris makes both free throws. 75-64. LSU will have the basketball. Here's Morris on the right wing. Goes to the top of the key. 18 to shoot, and then Molly Davis takes it away from her. Davis pushes the ball down court, and then it's picked off by Reese as she tried to get it to Martin. Drives in. Reese missed the layup.
Where's the reach?
And then got the ball back, but was out of bounds.
Molly Davis just jabs at her, does the jab. It's when it's 2-on-1, you jab and you go and box out the opposite side. Did exactly what you learned how to do, and it worked out well for her. She drew a foul.
Iowa basketball. Reese did get the rebound, but she was standing out of bounds. Molly Davis across the timeline with 30 seconds left to go. Now angles right side, spins, gives it back to Marshall. Out to Kate Martin behind the arc, and as she tried to make a move into the paint area, a hold will be charged to LSU's Johnson. 75-64, LSU on top. Iowa has got themselves back in the game after being down 59-42 at the half.
Still, you're chipping away, right? That right there, you knew you had to cut the lead, and Iowa did exactly what they needed to do in the third quarter. Yeah, you want them to get all the way there. They're not there yet, but they cut the lead. You can feel that they have the chance.
Koa into the game for LSU. Knocked down a couple of threes in the first 2 quarters. Hawks get it into Stolke. Now to Kate Martin. About a 3-second difference on shot clock, game clock. We're at 10. Here's Martin. Drives down the left side of the lane. Left-handed layup. No good. Rebound taken down by Williams of LSU. Gets it to Poa. Now a shot at the buzzer is no good by Angel Reese. Little floater from the right wing, and that'll do it for the third quarter.
Iowa went on a 2-minute, 7-second scoring drought to end the quarter. However, just down 11. You know what? I like the odds in the fourth quarter. I'm okay. Iowa has the momentum, though. I think they took away LSU's momentum of that crazy first half shooting. They slowed them down. In the third quarter, guess how much they shot? 33%. 33%. If Iowa can do that again, I think we got a game.
Mission accomplished. Iowa did what we thought they had to do, is get that thing near 10, and we're at 75-64. Iowa did have a 15-2 run in that third quarter. We'll head to the fourth. National championship on the line. LSU 75, Iowa 64. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Every detail matters when building a winning game plan. That's why the Hawkeyes rely on better, cleaner now biodiesel to power the black and gold bus on game days. Delivering success on the court, in the field, and in the environment. Make biodiesel part of your game plan by visiting iasoybeans.com. Biodiesel. Request it, grow it, use it. This message brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff.
At U.S. Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join U.S. Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Billie Jean King here today. Has been here all weekend. Just got introduced to the crowd.
There's a lot of people here today. You had Becky Hammond, you had Dirk Nowitzki, you have Jill Biden. First Lady Jill Biden's here. If you're not here, I don't know. I understand. It was a hard ticket to get because you got all of them figuring out how to get in here too. Oh man, but Rob, I really am feeling good about going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, some people saying down by 11 right now. No, I think
that's a good scenario.
Yeah, I'm okay with down by 11 after what they were down by and the momentum shift that's happened and the cooling off that has happened to LSU on the offensive end. 33% from the field compared to 60% from the field in the first half.
And Iowa shot the ball nicely in the third quarter. 8 out of 15 for 53.3%. 5 of 10 from 3. That was the big number. And 1 out of 1 from the free throw line. And you mentioned 33% for LSU on 6 of 18. Did not hit a three-pointer. 0 for 2. After what they did in the second quarter, 6 for 7 from deep. And then 4 out of 8 from the free throw line for LSU. So that helped a lot to get the Hawkeyes back into the game. Thank you to United Healthcare for teaming up with the Hawkeyes to support and celebrate small businesses in the state of Iowa. United Healthcare is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes. 10 minutes away from a national championship. Now the big storyline heading into this quarter, Jamie, Sonano, Warnock, Clark, all with 4. That happened with 1:03 left to go.
And you just play.
In the third.
They are not going to be. So Clark's in, and Warnock are in. They're going to let Sonano have a break a little bit longer.
Addie O'Grady in, LSU with the basketball. Here's Morris at the top of the key. Right side to Poole, transfer from Ohio State. Now hesitates, gets into the paint, and then dribbles it back out, and then hands it off to Angel Reese, who lost it, gathered it, and knocked down a 15-footer. Make that Johnson. Johnson grabbed it from her. She has 10, 77-64. Clark wanted a 3, but got it into O'Grady. Now back out to Warnock. Now Kate Martin on the right wing. Now Clark on a drive, pulls it back out. Bounce pass into O'Grady, goes to the left hand.
O'Grady.
Couldn't finish, but will shoot a pair.
But good. I like the wraparound. She didn't do your traditional baby hook, kind of a wraparound to get away from the arms. Draws a foul.
Williams third. Addie O'Grady at the free throw line. First one, perfect. She had 4 in 10 minutes and 8 seconds against South Carolina. 5 dribbles, shot perfect. That's 6 points off the Iowa bench, and it's 77-66. 9:10 left to go in the fourth. Here's Morris. Brings it to the top of the key. Poole. Free throw line extended right. Now brings it to the top of the key. Now feeds right side. Pull up jumper by Johnson. It's off the right side of the rim. Rebound taken down by Clark. Gets it ahead to Kate Martin across the timeline. Kate will fire a 3. Top of the key.
Kate the Great! Kate the Great! Coming in hot! Man! You knew she wanted that. She does not normally take a dribble and a 3. She's not a transition 3-point shooter, really, but she obviously knew that was going in.
But the defense kind of sagged off her. 77-69. Morris across the timeline against Gabby Marshall, forcing her left. Now she'll pull from 16 and knock it down straight away. Alexis Morris with 8. First team all SEC. Clark at the top of the key. Inside Warnock, back outside. Gabby Marshall, now Addie O'Grady moves
all day. Keep going, Grady.
And
keep
couldn't
going, O'Grady.
finish. Almost went in, and a foul will be called on LaDeja Williams.
O'Grady has got some size right now, and you can tell Williams is not really sure how to play against her, and that's her 4th foul.
So Addie O'Grady in the game. Sonato on the bench with 4. Back at the free throw line. First one is no good. A little bit strong. She'll get another. Iowa down 79-69. 8:01 left. Second one for O'Grady. Didn't get the roll. Boy, that could have been a 3-point play. And the Hawks have an empty possession out near the timeline. Poole gets it to Morris. Morris on the left side. Now brings it to the top of the key. Takes one dribble, pulls up. Jumper is good. That's a long 2. Now Morris heating up for LSU. Martin in between the circles. Left side, Warnock for 3. No. Ball batted by O'Grady, but dug up by Morris. Morris across the timeline, gets into the paint, drops it off. Layup is up and good by Williams. 83-69. And the Hawks get the ball into the front court, and Lisa Bluder wants timeout. A run to start the fourth quarter for LSU.
A 6-0 run over just that last minute. Still feel okay. You just need some shots to go. You need Iowa to go on their own run right now just to pick it up, get some a little bit going, and then chip. I'd also be fine with another 15-2 run. That would also work.
Might need it.
Yeah.
You can't allow too many runs here by LSU.
No, and so I think they're going to talk about that, right? This is where Iowa's going to talk about do some more screens for Clark. They're going to come up with a game plan. What do we do in the next 7 minutes, 11 seconds? The opportunity is there. Just got to figure out what's the right way to attack it.
Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company certainly congratulates Hawkeye women's basketball team on a tremendous season. Big Ten tourney champs and right here playing for a national title. Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company recognizes the accomplishments of the Hawkeyes and are proud to be your partners at the U of I. Go Hawks. So Warnock with 4 fouls on the court. Clark with 4. She's got 25 in the ballgame. And Sonato right now with 11 on the bench. Addie O'Grady in for the Hawkeyes. All the scoring for LSU since halftime has been by starters. Williams, Johnson with the bucket, Angel Reese, and Alexis Morris. That all coming after 29 bench points by LSU in the first 2 quarters. Of course, Jasmine Carson with 21. And she really hasn't played much here in the 3rd and 4th quarters because the starters have been on the court for LSU, which shouldn't surprise anybody.
No.
Both of these teams' starters have played heavy minutes.
Yeah,
coming into today.
Right, and you knew that this is what it's going to be. Right now, fouls, there's still 3 Iowa players with 4 fouls. Caitlin Clark, McKenna Warnock, and Monica Sonano. And it looks like Sonano's going to be back in. So we got them all. Really focusing on making sure they find those opportunities and a little quicker if you can, right? Not to the dire point of we have to get a shot within 10 seconds each time, but if you have a good shot within 10 seconds of the shot clock, this isn't a bad idea to take it.
And it'll be interesting to see how LSU plays this because as they did to kind of start the 3rd quarter, which didn't really work for them, slowed it down. But now it's getting to that point in time when you would think that LSU may run some clock if they don't have an easy 2.
Right. And they did. I mean, them slowing it down actually is to Iowa's advantage because they don't look as good when they're slowed down. But it's not to Iowa's advantage because it takes away time from the clock, right? So it's like, I don't know which one's the better option. Just getting a stop is really the best option.
Well, let's get some points. Iowa will have the ball along the sideline. Martin drops it off for Caitlin Clark. Clark angles to the right side, now gives it to Cade, who drops it inside for Sonano. Shot is up and no good. Just crawled off the left side of the rim, but she will get 2 free throws.
I like that play. Great idea on the play. Just kept everyone out wide, gave Monica Sonano space. And the thing is, they're being really strategic where they're putting like Gabby Marshall because they can't sag as much on Gabby off of Gabby Marshall, right? They're making strategic decisions like that.
Free throw good by Sonano. She has 12. Angel Reese, her 3rd foul. Second one, perfect. In her final game as a Hawkeye. Sonano with 13. 84-71 LSU. With the basketball, we're under 7 4th quarter. Morris angles right side out behind the arc. Warnock on her. Now Carson left side. Drops a pass, the 15-foot mark. And Angel Reese goes to work. Drives in, left-handed layup, good. 15 now for Angel Reese, averaging 23-3. Warnock. Now to Clark coming off a screen, and this is going to go against Monica Sonano. An illegal screen against Morris. Sonano fouls out, and that'll do it for her time in a Hawkeye uniform. 13 points today.
Well, Monica Sonano, I haven't seen the replay on this screen. I don't know if it was a flop, if it was a legal screen, but I will tell you, this entire year, I don't think I've ever seen her set an illegal screen or get called for one. So unfortunate for the Hawkeyes, but you saw her right away then go to Addie O'Grady and be like, you got this. You got this. And didn't fret at all. You got this.
LSU basketball. Just get it into the front court. Poole hands it off to Morris. To Reese, now back to Morris for a 15-foot jumper. Right wing is good. Really good shot off the dribble. Down court pass. And the Hawkeyes able to score with McKenna Warnock. Clark to Warnock.
Beautiful look by Clark, though. Just saw it right away. Let's go.
Those are the types of points you need quickly. Almost a steal by Gabby Marshall. Angel Reese picks it up, gets it back to Morris. 87-73, we're under 6. LSU on the drive. Morris crashes inside. Lost control of the ball.
Great help by Addie O'Grady on that, though. She's reading it well.
So the ball will stay with LSU after going out of bounds along the baseline. Molly Davis in for Gabby Marshall, but just 6 seconds to shoot for LSU. Lobs it inside to Angel Reese. Tries to go to work. O'Grady knocked it away from her and out of bounds.
Use that size. O'Grady, that's what she brings. She brings a great size.
2.8 on the shot clock. Johnson will throw it in along the baseline for LSU. Gets it into Morris. Baseline jumper doesn't go, but an Iowa foul with 1.3 on the shot clock. And Morris is still down.
I'm not really sure what happened. There wasn't much contact at all.
And she's helped up now.
I think she might have just landed awkwardly after a jump.
So Molly Davis picks up the foul. And that really hurts the Hawkeyes in this situation after playing defense for almost 30 seconds. Free throw good by Morris. She had 2 at the half, now has 13. 88-73. She also has 9 assists, so approaching a double-double. Second one in the air, good. Abby Marshall for Molly Davis. Iowa basketball, 5:36 left to go.
Got to get some stops here. You got to go on a run.
Here's Clark. Tried to get it inside to O'Grady, and it was knocked away by Angel Reese and out of bounds, but the Hawkeyes will have it on the baseline.
And those are things where Clark sees that. Her mind's thinking, okay, so if that's going to happen, I'll do a fake, and what's the next option?
Hawks get it in. Here's Clark. Deep 3, left wing.
Oh, Clark.
Got it.
Keeping him alive.
That was his most space that she's had.
It is. And it was a good screen by Addie O'Grady. You saw LSU's player crumble, trying to draw another foul against Iowa.
89-76. Morris dribbles behind her back, gets into the paint, now backs it out. She's on the left wing. Martin on her. Gets a screen. Now gets it inside to Reese along the baseline, shot blocked.
D. Brick wall.
And a pass to Warnock by Clark. Couldn't hang on to it.
But those are the things you got to do. That's what Iowa does well. Run, push it, go for those, go for them.
Ball goes out of bounds along the baseline. LSU basketball. 4:45 left to go in the fourth. That was that bounce pass from half court, and I think if McKenna Warnock turned toward the basket, would have had that. She kind of angled away.
Yeah.
Morris walks the ball across the timeline for LSU. Dribbles to the left wing. Now dribbles with the right hand. Thought about a 3, but now will pull up mid-range and drill it. Boy, she's taken over for Carson from the first half. 91-76. Clark for 3 straight away. No good. Rebound down to Morris. In the backcourt. Gets by Gabby Marshall. Now feeds right side. Carson for 3. No good. Ball batted up in the air and out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Are you not whistling?
Morris tried to save it. But it will be Iowa basketball. (91-76). Hawks down with the ball. Here's Clark rolling all the way to the hoop. Lays it up and in.
Just took a few seconds off the clock to make that happen. Get a couple stops, go on a run, make LSU take a timeout.
91-78. Morris patient as she crosses the timeline. 3:40 left. Still out behind the three-point arc on the left wing, just keeping that dribble going. Now finds Reese at the elbow. She makes a move in the paint, throws it up there, no. Offensive rebound and putback is good by Williams of LSU. Clark quickly down court. Fires cross court. Martin for three, right wing, a little bit strong. Rebound. Warnock goes up. Had it blocked. Goes up again and finishes.
Warnock sticks with it. She is a competitor through and through.
In her last game as a Hawk, 93-80. And a whistle at midcourt. Had to be getting really close to a 10-second violation, and that's going to be the call.
All right.
Iowa basketball at midcourt. 2:57 left to go, down 13.
Now you got to just need the Hawks need to use this, right? Caitlin Clark three would look real pretty right now.
Anything.
Any three. Because that'd cut it to 10.
But that's a good place to go.
Right. Iowa's shooting well from the three, right? That's why I'm saying that. Iowa's shooting 50% from the three-point line.
And now timeout taken by the LSU Tigers. 30-second timeout taken. With 2:57 left to go.
So it's just going to be a 30-second. Get a quick breather.
And LSU has one timeout left, Iowa with two.
We're just looking to see if this is going to turn into a full.
I think it is.
Okay.
They're down. So we'll take a break. 2:57 left to go in the fourth. The Hawks have one last punch left in them. LSU 93, Iowa 80. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
Pizza. The word just sells itself. Hot, delicious, cheesy pizza. Now I got you dreaming about pizza, right? Now, picture that pizza with piles and piles of 5 Wisconsin cheeses. Quick Star's Pothole Pizza has you covered with flavors like pepperoni, bursting with spirited amounts of pepperoni, or kitchen sink loaded with toppings to fill any bottomless pit. Hey, our Pothole Pizzas are sure to make your pizza dreams come true. Head over to the freezer section and pick up a Pothole Pizza from Quick Star, and we'll see you next time.
We had a significant foundation settling issue at our residential property, and we needed money fast to fix it, and Midwest One Bank came to our rescue.
We're talking with Brian Kirschling about Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank helped us secure a home equity loan in order to remedy the situation. Your home is your most valuable asset, and Midwest One Bank gave us peace of mind, and Midwest One Bank was there when we needed them.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Loan subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hawks work the ball around the perimeter. Clark gets it back from O'Grady. Tries a step back three. Gets away from the defense. It's short. Left of the top of the key, and the ball bounces out of bounds. But will stay with the Hawkeyes.
Great shot fake, man. Good shot fake by Clark. And she's being hounded. She's going to fight. She's going to try to work really hard to get those shots up.
Along the baseline, lob pass out to Andy O'Grady on the inbounds pass. Clark gets it back now from Martin on the right wing. 93-80 LSU. Drives the paint. Drops it off for O'Grady. Left-handed layup good.
To the max on that pass. She just could have probably shot a floater herself, but an even better one is a 2-foot shot for O'Grady.
93-82. Here's Morris. Not in between the circles. Gabby Marshall on her. Tightly guarded, but LSU in no hurry. For obvious reasons. We're under 2 minutes left to go. Drives in, left side. Paint shot is up and good. The floater from 12. And a down-court pass intended for O'Grady, picked off by Williams. And Morris will get it into the front court. 95-82, 1:40 left to go. And now will the Hawks start to foul? They do.
And that's going to be
5 on Warnock.
5 on Warnock. When I was sitting there, I was like, I feel like they should foul. You're thinking that.
Well, I think Coach Bluder was trying to get him to do so.
Right.
Davis for Warnock. What a career for McKenna Warnock. 9 points today.
Yeah. Down 13. I'm just going to say, I still believe because you have a player like Caitlin Clark on your team who can do amazing things. They can get her team to do amazing things.
And the Hawks will have to get out there and foul as LSU inbounds the ball, and they do just that. That'll go on Marshall. 1:29 left to go. 95-82. LSU on top. Lob pass inside to Morris. Hawks need to foul quickly. Morris running around and nobody able to catch up with her. And now you might as well play defense. 7 seconds left to go. Inside, Reese along the baseline. Kicks it out for a pull three. Drilled it from the right wing.
Yeah, exactly the opposite. That entire possession was nothing that you wanted.
And Clark will fire a long-range three. No. LSU with the rebound. And now if you're Iowa, just probably back off now, 98-82.
16-point game, yeah.
And LSU will start to celebrate with 53.7 seconds left to go. Martin picks up her first. And LSU will be at the free throw line.
I don't know what's going on, though. I feel like nobody's going to shoot free throws.
And now Carson will step in. And now she will go over to the scorer's table and check into the game.
So why is she shooting free throws?
So Carson, after the foul at the free throw line. No good on the first after she had the big first two quarters with 21. Has not scored since. Second one, good. 22 for Carson. And the Hawks will take a timeout with 53.7 left to go. Down 99-82.
Coach Bluder will give one last shot right here.
Kim Mulkey in her second year at LSU is going to win a national championship after winning 3 at Baylor.
But man, how about Iowa though fighting?
Always,
people would have counted them out of this entire game at the half.
Well, that start of the third quarter really gave the Hawks a chance, but LSU's played very well today.
Did you ask for more though for a game like this? Like both teams shooting lights out?
Or a season.
Right.
So Molly Davis gets it into Martin. She'll fire a three-pointer left wing and hit it. 13 for Kate. 99-85. Carson across the timeline. Now Reese. Hawks doing the right thing and
Looking
not
for
fouling.
a trap. Yep, they're playing hard D. They're not giving up, but they're not fouling.
Now Carson gets it back, drops it off to the baseline. And almost another steal as Morris now will fire a three-pointer and drill it from the left wing.
Bounce goes off the backboard and in.
Again. 21 for Morris. Clark into the corner. Now gets it back to Marshall, who will fire a three-pointer. No good from the right wing. Rebound LSU, and they'll just dribble it out. And LSU defeats the Iowa Hawkeyes in the national championship game, 102-85. LSU, your national champion. Coach Bluder waits to shake hands with Kim Mulkey. As both teams will line up.
I mean, I'm at a loss for words, largely because I truly thought they'd win today.
I think a lot of people did.
Yep, really thought they would win. They're such a great
team. You knew it would be tough.
Right, such a great team. And LSU came in at the most ridiculous first half ever. I mean, scored 59 points. That's got to be a record, I'm sure, in NCAA history. We haven't looked at it, but in the final 59 points in the first half. So we knew that would be a battle for Iowa to come back from.
And Kim Mulkey has, I'm sure, some really kind words for Caitlin Clark as they talked at midcourt briefly. As LSU celebrates at midcourt, confetti coming down from the ceiling, as we were certainly used to seeing at the Big Ten tournament. But today was LSU's day. 3 players with over 20 points. As Jasmine Carson led the way with 22. Morris with 21, and Williams with 20 points. So the Hawks will close out a remarkable, historic season at 31-7. LSU, victory number 34 this year, ended with a national championship and a 34-2 record. Hawks had won 9 games in a row coming into today. Made a big charge in the third quarter to try to get back into it. Just wasn't enough in the end. LSU 102, Iowa 85 in the national title game. Stick around. We will wrap up not only today's game, but also this outstanding season for the Iowa Hawkeyes. It ends at 31-7, runner-ups in the national championship game. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Don't let life get in the way of what's most important. Visit shelterinsurance.com to learn more. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Every detail matters when building a winning game plan. That's why the Hawkeyes rely on better, cleaner now biodiesel to power the black and gold bus on game days. Delivering success on the court, in the field, and in the environment. Make biodiesel part of your game plan by visiting iasoybeans.com. Biodiesel. Request it, grow it, use it. This message brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the postgame show from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as the Hawkeyes fall to LSU in the national championship game, 102-85. Hawkeyes down at the half, 59-42. Made a charge, including a 15-2 run, a little over 3 minutes to get back into the game, and then outscored LSU in the third quarter 22-16. We'll take a look at the stats for you, as leading the way, Caitlin Clark with 30 on 9 of 22 from the floor, 8 of 19 from 3, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line, had 8 assists to go along with 2 rebounds. Hawkeyes had 4 players in double figures. Monica Sonato, one of them, with 13 points on 5 of 11 shooting, 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. Monica also contributed 6 rebounds in her final game as a Hawkeye, 3 assists as well. Also with 13 points was Kate Martin. Kate, 5 out of 7 from the floor, 3 out of 4 from 3 from Kate. Had a couple of rebounds and 6 assists. McKenna Warnock had 9 points in her final game as a Hawkeye on 3 out of 7 from the floor. Made 1 3-pointer, 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. Had 9 points and 6 assists. Gabby Marshall had 12 points, 9 coming in the first 2 quarters. Gabby 3 out of 5 from the field, 2 out of 3 from 3. Made all 4 of her free throws. 12 points for Gabby Marshall. Hawkeyes off the bench. Hannah Stalkey played 11 minutes and 21 seconds, had 2 points and a rebound. Addie O'Grady played 18 minutes and 16 seconds because of foul trouble for Monica Sonato, who only played 21:44. Addie O'Grady had 4 points and 5 rebounds and had a good tournament. And hopefully this propels her into next season. Molly Davis played 8 minutes and 23 seconds, had a nice drive-in down the right side of the lane against Angel Reese for her only 2 points. And Sydney Fulter played 1:51 and did not score. For LSU, as we told you earlier, had 3 players with over 20 points. And leading the way off the bench was Jasmine Carson, who played 21 minutes and 47 seconds. 7 of 8 from 3-point range. But it was the first 2 quarters that she was remarkable. Had 21 points on 5 of 5 from 3. So just made a free throw in the third and fourth quarters. Really didn't play much in either of those quarters. 22 points to lead the way, had not scored her 3 previous games. 21 from Alexis Morris, who really took over the scoring in the third and fourth quarters for LSU, as Morris ended up with 21 on 8 of 14 from the floor. Morris had 2 at the half. Had 27 Friday night against Virginia Tech. LaDeja Williams also had 20 points on 9 of 16 from the floor. Angel Reese had 15 points and 10 rebounds, so she reached a double-double and played just over 29 minutes. 15 points, 10 rebounds for Angel Reese. As the trophy presentation happens down on the court here at the American Airlines Center. Flau'jae Johnson also into double figures with 10. She had 8 at the half. Also contributed 7 rebounds. We talked about Carson's performance off the bench. Poole, the 5th starter for LSU, had 6 points and 3 rebounds. Samaya Smith had a basket, and Poa came on to have 6 points, knocked down a couple of 3-pointers in the first and second quarters. So that's the individual numbers for the ball game. LSU was 38 of 70 for 54.3%, 11 of 17 from three. That was one of the big storylines of the game. 64.7% on the season, 33-7. And then the free throw line, 15 of 21, 71.4%, right around the seasonal average for LSU. For the Hawkeyes, shooting numbers are good. 28 out of 56, 50%. 14 of 30 from three, 46.7%. So you go back to Friday night against South Carolina. Iowa shot 23 threes, made 7. Today shot 30 and made 14, 15 out of 20 from the free throw line. As Angel Reese is named outstanding player in the NCAA tournament. And 15 and 10 today. Clark for sure will be on the all-tournament team, as today, as she set the NCAA tournament single season all-time scoring record. Needed 17 to do it and ended up with 30. LSU had a lead of 21 early on in the third quarter before Iowa made its run to get back into the game. LSU led for 34 minutes, and Iowa led for 3:46. Hawkeyes did have that big scoring run of 12, officially 12, in the third quarter, right around the midway point. Points off turnover, 26 for LSU, 19 for Iowa, 34 points in the paint for LSU, 24 for the Hawkeyes. Second chance baskets, point-wise, 14 for LSU, 9 for Iowa. Hawks did a good job on the boards. 37 rebounds for LSU, 26 for Iowa, 14 O-boards for the Tigers, 7 for Iowa. Bench points, 30 for LSU, 8 for the Hawkeyes. Score by quarters. Iowa got off to a really good start in this ballgame. Did trail by 5 after one period, 27-22. And then the big second quarter, which really hurt Iowa. LSU outscored Iowa by 12, 32-20 to lead 59-42. But then the Hawkeyes charged back that big third quarter again. As we've talked about all season long, Iowa 22-16 in that quarter. And then LSU came back in the fourth and won that one by 6, 27-21. That's a look at the final numbers. LSU, national champions, defeat the Hawkeyes this afternoon, 102-85. Back with more postgame after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Hey burger lovers, this is Jill from the Burger Shed. Have you tried one of our signature handcrafted burgers? You gotta try a fan favorite, the Shed Burger. It comes with in-house smoked brisket, pepper jack cheese, and the Shed's barbecue sauce. For all of our pork lovers out there, you gotta get your hands on the Apocalypse Now Burger, which comes with a pork patty topped with hand-pulled smoked pork, pepper jack cheese, and bacon jam. Burger Shed. Burgers, beers, and a bunch of BS. Bass Pro Drive and Altoona.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What does it take to be a success? Hard work, determination, and unrelenting attitude. The Hawkeye women have given their all every day, and we at Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company wish to congratulate the Hawkeye women's basketball team on all you've accomplished. We're proud to say we support the University of Iowa and the Hawkeye women's basketball program. You represent all that it means to be an Iowan and to be a Hawkeye. At Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, we thank you for an amazing season and continue to cheer for your success. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to Dallas. Hawks gave a great effort this afternoon, as you would expect, and LSU was able to withstand the Iowa run in the third quarter. LSU 102 and Iowa 85. We'll have to join the press conference here and get comments from Coach Lisa Bluder. NCAA always takes the losing team in first. And we'll try to get some players and everything for you to complete the post-game show. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Told you Angel Reese of LSU, the most outstanding player. The all-tournament team here at the Final Four. Alexis Morris, also from LSU. Jasmine Carson from LSU. Caitlin Clark, of course. And Zaya Cook also made that team from South Carolina. I want to check and see if the Hawks are at the podium yet, as we'll monitor that for you to bring the comments from Coach Bluder and also some Hawkeye players. But right now, let's listen back to some of today's top plays made by the Hawkeyes. And here's a steal off the inbounds.
Monica Sonato had her hands up, just tapped it away as they tried to lob it into Angel Reese.
And Clark, a deep three, left wing, got it. Caitlin keeps that left-handed dribble now. High post area, Sonato back to Clark for three, left wing. Count it. 3 threes for Caitlin Clark. Here's Martin, left to the top of the key. Clark tried to come off that screen at the top of the key. Feeds to Kate Martin for three. Oh, swish. Flashes the ball down court. Hannah Stolke with the right-handed layup.
Stolke so fast, just cuts right behind the LSU defender who is just jogging and just decides to pick up her own speed.
Gabby Marshall wanted to fire a three, but the defense closed. Inside, Sonato, bank shot off the right block. Maybe even a step away. Really good shot. It's a Sonato screen, wheels to the left side, and will pull for three. Count it. Knocked it down right in front of the Iowa bench.
Woo! And Clark is cool.
And that, Jamie, is the NCAA tournament all-time leading scorer for a season. Bounce pass inside, Sonato turns toward the baseline, goes up and finishes, and is fouled. Off the inbounds pass.
Great
up
defense.
In the paint. Reese can't connect. Too strong off the window. Hawks with the rebound. Clark feeds it left side. Three for Gabby Marshall.
Gabby! 2 for 2 today.
Down by Clark. Gets it ahead to Kate Martin across the timeline. Kate will fire a three. Top of the key.
Kate's great. Kate's great. Coming in hot.
A lot of highlights all season long, no doubt about that. And Kate Martin did shoot the ball very well from behind the arc, ended up with 13 points. Stay with us. More on the post-game show as Iowa wraps up its season, falling in the championship game, 102-85 to LSU. But a lot to be proud of. 31 wins this year, a record for women's basketball at Iowa. First time ever to get to a title game. First Final Four since 1993. We'll be back with more from Dallas after the break. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine, too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
What does it take to be a success? Hard work, determination, and unrelenting attitude. The Hawkeye women have given their all every day, and we at Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company wish to congratulate the Hawkeye women's basketball team on all you've accomplished. We're proud to say we support the University of Iowa and the Hawkeye women's basketball program. You represent all that it means to be an Iowan and to be a Hawkeye. At Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, we thank you for an amazing season and continue to cheer for your success. Go Hawks!
At US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Did you know you can now get your Quick Star favorites even quicker with mobile ordering through your Quick Rewards app? You can have all your favorites like chicken tenders, pizza, Nature's Touch ice cream, or a new puppy waiting for you when you arrive. Okay, just kidding about the new puppy. We're still working with the developer on that one. Order ahead, grab and go. We can even bring the orders to your car curbside. Hey, the Quick Life is a good life. Download the Quick Rewards app and order ahead today.
Lifeline is a growing business, and we know that Midwest One Bank is going to be there along with us all the way.
We're talking with Randy Smith from Lifeline Emergency Vehicles about Midwest One Bank.
For Lifeline to sustain, we need to expand into future markets, and we need partnerships like Midwest One Bank to help us grow. Having a partner like Midwest One Bank provides us a future. They're always there when we need them.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Dallas. After the Hawks fall to LSU, 102-85 in the championship game. Of course, this one will hurt tonight and probably for the next couple of days. But boy, when you really start to look back on this historic season for the Hawkeyes, there'll be a lot to smile about. But LSU today just a little bit too much, and just shot the ball very, very well throughout. Really didn't have an off quarter other than that third quarter. And LSU and the Hawks were able to take advantage. But just blistered the nets in that fourth quarter and also the second quarter to break free of Iowa. For LSU, shot 53.3% in the first, 3 out of 5 from 3. 61-9 in the second, and then 6 out of 7 in the second quarter, 85.7. Then really cooled off in the third, and the Hawks took advantage. 6 out of 18 for LSU. Didn't hit a three-pointer, and made 4 out of 8 free throws, 50%. Then in the fourth quarter, got things going again. 38 of 70 for the game, but 11 of 16, 68.8% in the fourth quarter. 2 out of 3 from 3, and then 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. Hawkeyes had good numbers offensively. 28 of 56 from the field. 14 out of 30 from 3, 46.7%, and then 15 out of 20 for the ball game. And in that third quarter, Iowa was 8 of 16, and the big number was 5 out of 10 from 3, 1 out of 1 from the free throw line. Caitlin Clark with 30, set the NCAA tournament all-time single-season scoring record, as she needed 17 coming into today and put 30 on the board. Hard-earned, as the defense was suffocating at times. Was able to get some three-pointers up, but not able to get to the basket like she was on Friday night against South Carolina.
That's something that they deserve.
Let's head to the podium. in the media room and the Iowa Hawkeye players.
Push-offs in the second quarter. I'm sure, they saw that I pushed off and they called it whatnot, and then hit with the technical foul in the third for throwing the ball under the basket. And sometimes that's how things go. And, I thought all I could do was respond and come back out there and keep fighting and keep trying to help this team crawl back into the game. And, I'm just proud of this group because we never gave up. We never, we could have gone into halftime and been like, what do we do? But our halftime locker room was like, we're fine. We got this. We believe in one another. We have the offensive firepower to come out here and cause some damage. And, I thought you showed our fight. It showed our fight, this team. And that's what the story has been all year long, is just a bunch of fight and mental toughness. And you got to give a lot of credit to LSU. They played an outstanding game, and they made some tough threes, some tough jumpers off of ball screens, and sometimes you have to live with some of that. So
We're going to stay to our left. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. Monica and Caitlin, I know it can be hard to be reflective at this point right after you walk out of the locker room, but I wonder if both of you could speak to what Caitlin has done for the women's game over the last 3 weeks. The numbers the other night were bonkers. A lot of people tuned in today, and I think that she probably single-handedly made a lot of little kids want to play basketball. And just how will that impact be felt next year and maybe the year after if she stays and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, she's a phenomenal basketball player. We all know that. She's proven it time and time again. But I think the biggest thing is the way she holds herself and the way she plays the game. She's doing it the right way. She's doing it the fun way. She's being a role model to little kids who want to grow up and be just like her. And that's a great thing. So I think in these past 3 weeks, she's done so much, but it's not just these 3 weeks. She's been doing it, since she decided to play basketball. It's been a progression to this point. So we all know what a phenomenal basketball player she is, but it's the person she is behind it all that's inspiring these kids as well.
Thanks, Juan. I think just the biggest thing is, it's really, really special, and I don't think it's going to set in for me for quite some time. I want my legacy to be the impact that I can have on young kids and the people in the state of Iowa. And I hope I brought them a lot of joy this season. I hope this team brought them a lot of joy. I understand we came up 1 win short, but I think we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate. And I was just that young girl, so all you have to do is dream, and you can be in moments like this.
We're going to take a question to our right in the front row.
Hi, Chloe Peterson, Daily Iowan. Despite losing, what does it mean for the program to just appear in the national championship game for the first time?
I think it's huge for us. It just shows the hard work that Coach Bluder and this coaching staff have been putting in. So it's long before this team did this. They're just doing it the right way. I keep saying it all the time, but we truly are a family. They've built something truly special there. I wouldn't have wanted to do this anywhere else with any other team, with any other group of people. So it's truly been an honor.
To our far back left-hand side, please.
Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports. Monica, you might have a little more freedom to address this, but this has been a phenomenal tournament. You guys were on ABC today. Numbers have been through the roof, and the officiating today was not great. The 37 fouls is a record for the tournament. What needs to be done? I mean, does that hurt the women's game, and what would you like to see going forward?
Yeah, I don't really think that's a great question for me to answer, honestly. I'm going to leave that up to whatever powers may be, but we can't live in the past. All we can do is live in the moment. That game happened. Those calls were called. Going forward, we'll see what people decide to do about it, but as of right now, I'm just so proud of what this team has done despite adversity. Throughout the entire season, we've come out and just given it our all, and that's really all you can do in any of these situations is just put your heart into it and believe, and we did that.
To our right, Howard.
Howard Megdal with the Nets. Congratulations to you both on a terrific season. Caitlin, I'm hoping you to take me through the moment when Monica fouls out and you come over and share that moment with her. Obviously, your time with her was going to come to an end today, no matter what happened. Just what was said and what were you thinking in that moment?
Well, I was really bummed that, somebody that has made me a really, really good player had to spend the last 5 minutes on the bench, out of 6 minutes on the bench, and somebody that has given so much to our program. And Monica's one of the most fun people to be around. She's goofy, and she deserved a little better than that. And Monica would tell you when she first got here, she never dreamed to be as good as she is. And I still don't think she realizes how good she is. And other people don't realize it either. She doesn't get the credit she deserves. And I told her after the game, I'm nothing without you. She's made me a better person, a better basketball player. And I'm just really lucky that I was able to play with Mon and share a lot of really fun moments with her. I think we're one of the best post guard duos to ever play the game. And, I'm just lucky and grateful for the 3 years we had together.
We're going to stay to our right in that same row.
Jen Hadfield with the next. Just for either or both of you, what kind of turned things around when you came out of the halftime locker room and went on that run?
Can we start with Monica?
Yeah, I think just the belief we had in the locker room. Nobody doubted. We know the offensive firepower we have. We know no game is unachievable for us. Unfortunately, it ended the way it did, but we're number one offense in the country. We have the means to get back into anything. So I think that was the talk coming in. Obviously, we knew on the defensive end we had to sharpen it up a little bit, and I think we did. We had stretches of that. Again, basketball is a game of runs, but I think we went on a pretty great one.
And Caitlin?
Yeah, I think it's just the belief in one another. We know how good our offense is, and we knew at the same time, they might cool off a little bit. I'm not sure if they cooled off a little bit. The story of the first half was, number 2, she comes in, Carson, and makes quite a few shots and then ends it with a banked 3. And it's like, all right, but you just never hang your head. You just come out, keep fighting, and we just know it's only one possession at a time. You just got to get a stop, and we go down and score. And I think we cut it to 7 there eventually, but couldn't quite get over the hump. And, having foul trouble can hinder you at times too. So proud of this team's fight because, a lot of teams would probably hang their head and give up with a, halftime deficit like that, but that wasn't what we're going to do.
We'll take a question to our far left, second row.
Lauren Moses of Valley Sports. Monica, during this game, Twitter was blowing up about how powerful your drop step is. And it's easy for Caitlin to talk highly about your game, just seeing you progress. But how would you describe the mark that you left on this tournament, the NCAA tournament this year?
Yeah, I just hope people saw how much fun I played with. I love this game, but I love it for the team. Basketball's fun to me, but I didn't even like it all the time growing up. But I loved being on a team and feeling like a part of something, and that's what I felt here at Iowa. So I'm glad people like my drop step. I worked hard on it, so did the team. Yeah, I think it's the whole legacy we have here. So yeah, I don't even know what I just said, but go for it.
We're going to stay to our left, back row.
JC Christian, ESPN's Landscape. Caitlin, talk to me about, you set the record for the most three-pointers made in the NCAA tournament. You guys had a timeout after that. Talk to me about what you were feeling when you dropped that last three-pointer.
Honestly, I didn't know that. I don't know. I just think, well, first of all, I probably could have attacked the rim a little bit more than I did tonight. But I thought they played really good defense. I thought they had people waiting in the paint for me a little more than South Carolina did. It took some there at the end of the game that you just kind of have to get up in hopes of, drawing your team back close. But it certainly helps breaking a record, when you get to play the maximum amount of games in a season. And that's what I'm proud of is this group. We got to play, the entire time. And I think that's what bums me out the most about this is, I knew this was our last 40 minutes together and I was just trying to cherish it. And yeah, I'm sad that we lost, don't get me wrong, but I'm more sad that I don't get to come back to practice with my best friends tomorrow, and that really stinks.
We'll stay to our left-hand side.
Lindsay with USA Today again. Caitlin, can you tell us at the end of the game what happened? There's a lot blown up on Twitter about Angel Reese following you around, pointing to her ring finger and taunting you?
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands and, be grateful that my team was in that position. That's all you can do is, hold your head high, be proud of what you did, and, all the credit in the world to LSU. They were tremendous. They deserve it. They had a tremendous season. Kim Mulkey coached them so well. She's one of the best basketball coaches of all time, and it shows. And she only said really kind things to me in the handshake line, so I'm very grateful for that too. But honestly, I have no idea, and I was just trying to, spend the last few moments on the court with, especially the 5 people that I've started 93 games with, and relishing every second of that.
At this time, we're going to take a virtual question. Joshua Louder, your line is unmuted and you are able to speak. Please unmute your line.
Joshua Louder Television Network. My question for the student athletes is, how will this loss motivate you for what lies ahead and that's next?
Caitlin, if you can go first.
Yeah, I think, I'm not really worried about what's next right now. I'm just going to enjoy what we did. We made history, and there's a lot to be proud of. There's a lot to reflect on. These last couple weeks, 3 weeks, have been crazy, to say the least, and I'm just thankful that I got to be on this journey with these people. And I think more than anything, we're losing 2 seniors that gave their heart and soul to this program, and obviously I think they set a really good example for other people that we have in that locker room of what it takes to be able to play at this level, on this stage. And I'm really grateful that that's what they did, because we have to bring people along and bring people up to get back to this point. This is our goal every single year. We're not just going to be satisfied with making it here one time, but at the same time, I'm not worried about what's next right now. It's been a really long, really fun season with this group, and I just need to take some time to reflect and appreciate all that's come with it.
I'll take another question virtually. This is Gabriella Lewis from The Next. Gabriella, your line is unmuted and you're able to speak.
Gabriella Lewis, The Next. I don't know if y'all have been asked about this yet, but over 6 million people tuning in to the last round. Can you speak to that, the growth of the game, and I'm sure the numbers will be even higher tonight of what that means to have such a historic viewing.
Yeah, I love it. This is the game we love, and seeing it get the recognition it deserves is obviously super rewarding. It's about time women's basketball gets this kind of viewership, and it can only go up. So I'm super excited. I'm super proud to be part of the team that gets to be a part of this, that gets to be a part of this journey. My 5 years here, I've seen the game grow in a way I never thought it could. So I'm just super grateful that the sport that we love and we're giving our heart to, so many people are also tuning in and loving it just as much.
One additional question from our virtual. Matt, your line is open. Please state your name and affiliation.
Yes, Matt Treknelly with Herb FM Sports Radio, and this is for both Monica and Caitlin. First of all, congrats on a phenomenal season and also tournament. But how were you able to overcome obstacles throughout the season, and what successes did both of you experience?
We can start with Monica.
Yeah, right now I honestly can't even remember all the adversity we faced, but I just know that me as a person, I'm a better woman, a better person because of this coaching staff and because of this team. I've grown individually, not even considering basketball, in a way I never thought I could, and that's just a credit to my teammates and my coaches. I keep saying it, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else because I wouldn't be who I am now, and it's the best version of myself. So I'm super proud of everybody. And I wouldn't have wanted to do it any other place.
And we're going to take our last question to
Caitlin Clark and Monica Sonano from the interview room here in Dallas after the Hawkeyes a tough loss to LSU on Championship Sunday, 102-85. We'll be back with more interviews, some more players for you, and Coach Bluder as well. Stay with us. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
At US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Welcome back to American Airlines Center. As the Hawkeyes fall to LSU 102-85. Caitlin Clark, of course, on the all-tournament team. And Jamie was able to catch up with Coach Lisa Bluder in the Iowa locker room.
All right, Coach Bluder, not the ending you wanted.
Right.
But it was amazing.
Yeah, I'm proud of our team, man, for making it this far. I mean, they played in a national championship game, and now it wasn't the performance we wanted, and LSU played great. I mean, they were outstanding, and, you know, they shot the ball better than they have all year. You know, it was just one of those things that the ball went in there. You know, they banked in a couple threes. And they did a great job, obviously.
And Coach Bluder, we don't have much time, so I just anything you want these Hawk fans to specifically hear right now, because
I'm so proud to be from Iowa. I'm so proud that our Hawk fans stand behind us so much. So thank you, and we're sad we couldn't bring it home, but I'm still proud of the effort of our team and just proud of all the Hawk fans out there.
We're so proud of you.
Jamie, thank you very much. Coach Bluder emotional, of course, after the game, and she is on the podium now in the media room, and let's join in.
You know, make a difference in people's lives, and I get the best feeling in the whole world. I'm just so thankful.
And just related to it, when you're gathering with that team after, if you just take me through what some of your message was to them when this game was done.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get a grip here. Yeah, I'm just proud of them. I just told them that, you know, for them, you know, don't remember this. Remember that they played in a national championship game. You know, remember that they made it to the Final Four. And I asked them at the beginning of the year if they would have been happy with playing in the national championship game. All of them would have. I just told them there's nobody else I'd want to coach except for them.
Coach, we're going to stay to our to our right, the back row, please.
Hi there, Leah Jean Denley, Insight News out of Minneapolis. What was the focus of your message during that timeout in the fourth quarter?
I don't know if I can remember. The one that I called when they went up 14 or whatever. Just, you know, keep believing. Stop, score, stop. I think we went to switching 1 through 4 small screens. Is it just a little bit of a change? Focus on what we can control and not on what we can't control. There's a lot of things out there we couldn't control, and I just didn't want my team getting wrapped up in it. And I think at times we did, though. We didn't succeed 100% in that. I probably didn't succeed 100% in that, but we'll learn.
Stay to our right.
Jen Hadfield with the next. Just wanted to ask you about a couple of your, for lack of a better word, role players. Kate Martin, Gabby Marshall hitting some shots.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot about Caitlin and Monica, but how big were those two tonight?
And their defense, too. I mean, they work so hard defensively, and I understand we gave up a lot of points. I know that. But we weren't expecting, you know, banked in threes and those type of things that really can hurt your momentum. Again, those two women are such amazing people that, you know, Kate, what does she go? I gotta get my glasses. Kate's 3 for 4 from 3-point line. You know, we have 4 people in double figures and almost 5. You know, Gabby, she's been shooting like that for such a long time after a slow start to the year, and I'm so proud of her for continuing to believe that she could do it and she would do it, and she did it. So there's just so many people on this team. There's great kids.
Lisa Lindsay from USA Today again. Can you comment on Angel Reese following Caitlin around? Did you feel like it was taunting?
I'm sure she was really proud of her accomplishment, and I would be really proud of my accomplishment if I made it, you know, won the national championship too. You know, I mean, we are all different people, and we all have different ways to show our emotions, and you know, I got to focus on what I can control.
Going to go to our left, the second row.
Hey, Coach. I'm Molly Kaline from Adweek. You've got a team that's captured the nation's attention and players that have too. What do you think this means for women's basketball, and where do we go from here, and Iowa basketball too?
Yeah, I mean, if people are excited about women's basketball because of Iowa, I am so thrilled with that. I do believe, and maybe we didn't play it all the time tonight, but I do think we play with a joy, we play with teamwork, and you know, it's so fun to be able to be a part of this game at this point. As you all know, when I started playing, it wasn't like this at all. It wasn't like this even 15 years ago. So, you know, it's just great to see people realizing the power of women athletes and people respecting women athletes. I mean, it wasn't like that when I was growing up, you know, kind of looked down on for being an athlete. So now, you know, these women are strong, they're leaders, and for people to recognize that and want to support them, businesses, corporations wanting to support them, it's wonderful, and I'm just so glad that I've gotten to see this, you know, this happen.
Lisa Bluder from the podium in the media room, and we'll have Jamie back in the Iowa locker room. First off with Hannah Stolke and Addie O'Grady.
And I'm here with Addie and Hannah Stolke right now. A lot of tears today. You guys are just such great people. I'm going to be so bad at interviewing you. But you guys are in the national championship today. You guys got to play in a national championship. Hannah, what does that mean? Just being able to know you guys are here and you're there.
It means a lot. The first time for our program, so we're still making history. It's hard to go out like this, of course, but
we really wanted that for our seniors and for everybody, but LSU played a good game. I couldn't be more proud of all the girls on our team. I mean, that was a hard game. They were banking in threes. Like, everything was seeming to go good for them, but we still stuck together even to the end of that game.
And you both get to play with the two people who are leaving happen to be people that you play with every single day in practice. And I'm asking you a hard question. It's just what do you want everyone to know about even things they might not see on the court that McKenna and Monica brought to the team?
They're the best people I've ever known. Sorry.
You're fine.
Just so much leadership and kindness, goofiness, like, they're just such great teachers, and I just really can't imagine next year without them.
And anything for the Hawk fans that showed up today, when you guys were, what was it like walking in to those, to the fans?
That was the craziest thing I think I've ever experienced. Like, just a sea of Hawk fans, like, going on for minutes. You can't even see an end to it. It was just crazy how much support that we have. And I just thank you, all Hawk fans, for coming out to all of our games, especially this one. It really meant a lot.
Yeah, making that trip, believing in us the whole way. We love you guys.
All right, well, thank you both, and I appreciate your time. All right, while I get this next interview ready to go, you're going to hear a little bit of emotion today, and I think that is completely fine. We had some really great players and some really great conversations in the locker room, and I appreciate their time. So now we are going to hop into Kate Martin's. It's a little bit longer, but I think it talks a lot about her.
Keep playing Iowa basketball, get stops, stop, score, stop, stop, score, stop. That's what we kept saying, and that was our, what we were saying going into the third and fourth quarter. We needed to get stops, and then we know we could score, but we just needed to get stops.
What did she say as you guys were waiting, gathering together, waiting to walk off the court, gather together, just in front of LSU's bench? What did she say in that moment? What was that moment?
I don't really remember what she said, honestly. She just told us that she was proud of us, and to not hang our heads, keep our heads held high, and she was proud that we never gave up and we fought, and that's what we've done all season. We fought, and we should be really proud that we made it to the Final Four and we got to the national championship.
What do you take away from this game?
Takeaway, LSU played really well. That's a takeaway. Another takeaway is that I'm super proud of these seniors, and I'm super proud of this coaching staff and this whole team, and obviously we wanted the outcome to be differently, but it is what it is. Sometimes, you fall short, and it hurts the worst because you put your heart and soul into it, and, if you didn't put your heart and soul into it, then it wouldn't sting as bad as it does right now, and I'm just really proud of this team.
Can you talk a little bit about that comeback that you guys made? You cut the deficit to 7.
Yeah, I don't think we ever stopped believing in each other. We never have all season. We didn't in this game, and we could be down by infinity, and I would still think that we could come back and win with the way we shoot the ball and the way we play the game and how fast we play. But LSU played really well again, and it just didn't turn our way tonight.
Was that about the biggest narrative tonight? There's some other conversations happening, but LSU just shot the ball amazingly. Did you come in? Did you execute your guys' game plan pretty well? Just couldn't stop LSU hitting all the shots they made tonight?
Yeah, they had some bench players who got hot, and so good job to them. They played a really well-rounded game. They played really good, and it is what it is. We needed to get more stops, and we didn't.
Kate, you talked a little bit about those seniors. I'm going to give you a second to talk to Hawkeye Nation and not trying to make it harder on you. How important they are.
Sorry. Monica and McKenna, it's going to be so weird being in the locker room without them next year, and I can't really imagine a locker room without them, and I'm just super proud of them, not only as basketball players, but as people. Those are two of the best people I've ever been around. They've had my back for the last 4 years, Monica 5, and I couldn't ask for any better teammates, and it stinks that they didn't get to finish their last game of their career out on the court, and I'm just really proud of them, and they're amazing. They really are, and I think the sky's the limit for them and their future, and so they will be greatly missed.
And those Hawk fans, what was it like walking through the sea of Hawk fans? So just take me through that, walking on the red carpet.
Yeah, a good moment. That was unreal, seriously. They were so loud, and it was just super cool to walk out off the bus and to see all of them there, and they were genuinely so happy. They genuinely love us, and that is so awesome to see. And so for everyone who came out, thank you so much, and for everyone who was watching at home, all you Hawk fans, you guys have really propelled us this whole season, and we wouldn't have made it here without you guys, truly. Love you.
And we have one more we're going to check in with, senior McKenna. I'm going to get this queued up for you so you're able to hear from her in her own words. And here's McKenna.
It was honestly just never stop believing in ourselves. I'm sure some people out there didn't believe we could cut it back. And we got down to double digits. It's just unfortunately we couldn't get any further than that. But I'm really proud of everyone's fight. I think that no one stopped believing, at least in our circle. And we just all wanted to go out there and really prove what women's basketball is and show our love for each other on the court, one way or the other, up or down. So.
Carson scored no points the last 3 games in a row. She had 21 in the first half today. What was she?
I don't know. Props to her coming into a national championship game and no fear, honestly. So I give a lot of credit to her. She come out and she hit tough shots. I think she hit a big 3 at the end of the first. So, yeah, that's about it.
McKenna.
So,
Final game is a Hawkeye.
Kate Martin.
But you got to the national championship. What are all the feelings you're feeling right now? Because I'm sure they're all mixed, high and low.
I mean, it's never easy being your last game. I knew coming into it was my last game either way, but I'm so proud to be able to be in the situation that we're in, and yeah, so.
And then
Don't cry, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm the worst interviewer. I'm so sorry. I need to not be invested in
you're good. You're
lives.
good. You're good.
Monica Sonano, being your counterpart, you get to walk out of here together at a national championship, though. What does that mean?
I mean, Monica is the best person in the world, and I don't know. I'm just so happy that I was able to be her teammate and get to know her. She's, one of a kind. She'll go down as a legend in the books for Iowa women's basketball, and I'm just so excited to watch her career after this. So.
And then end on a high note, walking through the crowd to get in, down that red carpet, all of those fans. What was that like?
I just think it shows how much love Iowa has with their women's basketball, and I think it just shows, how much we're changing the game. It's so cool to be able to see a sold-out crowd in a national championship, and I think a lot of it were Iowa fans. So huge credit to Iowa for coming out. I mean, it's not an easy trip down here, and so, I've honestly just been so proud to be a part of this for the past 4 years, and I think that there's so much just energy and love with Iowa, and I'm so excited to see where it can go from now. So, thank you.
Jamie, thank you. Great job in a tough locker room. A lot of emotions, and rightfully so. This is a team that has had some really great moments this year, and that won't go away. But it was a tough afternoon, and LSU played very well, as the players commented, and Coach Bluder commented. And this will hurt for a little while.
Right.
But when these players, coaching staff, reflect back on what this team accomplished and realize a record-setting year, a lot to be proud of.
So much. And the emotions, this team is full of emotions, right? That's one of the reasons I think truly people in the nation love to watch them, is they wear their heart on their sleeves. And luckily, I was usually celebratory, having fun and all of that. And today, they're still going to wear them because you can't just shut it off. And so just all the feelings. But as you could see, even them processing right now, where they're like, okay, this sucks, but also this is unbelievable at the same time, right? You didn't get the outcome, but you got the journey. And it's just going to be a lot of processing. It's been a long time, Rob, since we haven't had basketball in our lives. So what a fun time, though, that you get to go to the very last game of the season.
Yeah, Iowa played 38 basketball games plus an exhibition. So you're right. I mean, you can't play anymore. It was going to end today no matter what. And unfortunately, it did, with Iowa's 7th loss of the season. Won 9 in a row coming into today's game. But for this 40-minute period, LSU was just a little bit better today and won it 102-85. Caitlin Clark, of course, was on the all-tournament team, the only Hawkeye represented, with Angel Reese being named the most outstanding player, Alexis Morris, Jasmine Carson, and Zaya Cook out of South Carolina also on that team. And Caitlin Clark, of course, will be back, had 30 today. Historic NCAA tournament scoring performance, the best ever. And, Jamie, looking forward, no McKenna Warnock next year, no Monica Sonano. But as of right now, everybody else coming back. So you've got Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark and Gabby Marshall, Molly Davis, Taylor McCabe. Saw some bright spots from her this year. Addie O'Grady, an outstanding tournament in her extended minutes. I think everybody excited about Hannah Stalkey and Sydney Folter. And there'll probably be more. You never know, as a freshman will be coming in.
Right.
Who knows what will happen with the transfer portal, and who knows who really makes those strides in the offseason. And I think now the thing is, hey, we got this point. Now can we take it a step further?
Right. I think you'll have a couple of weeks of a lot of I think there's going to be a lot of stuff still happening. Rumor is there's going to be a City of Iowa City parade for the Hawkeyes. Maybe I heard April 14th, Friday, April 14th. That's the rumor.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'll throw it out there. Keep it on your radar. But that's what you do here. You do celebrate this team. It's really hard when you have a loss because you're like, but look at this. And I agree with, Coach Bluder said it best, where she's like, had I asked him at the beginning of the season, would you be happy with just getting to the national championships? And everyone would be like, yeah. But then you get here and you're like, but I want to win it. Right. And that is what you ultimately do want.
And that's the ultimate goal. And it's a great position to be in. And hopefully the Hawks will have another opportunity. Well, we want to certainly thank you for being with us all season long, bringing you all these games on the Hawkeye Radio Network. It's been fun. It's been joyful. And we'll certainly remember all the great times that we had together this year. For one last time, for Jamie Cavey-Lang, I'm Rob Brooks. Thanks so much for listening. Hawkeyes lose in the title game to LSU 102-85 at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Have a great spring and summer, and I'll be along with you next fall. And, of course, when the ball is thrown up for Iowa basketball next year, we'll be here as well. Good night. Have a great rest of your weekend. And this is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
Hawkeye Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Authentic Brand. Unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. United Healthcare. Proud sponsors of Small Business Spotlight. Sign up your small business at HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.